What's good? What's good? What's good? We're back. Another episode of the Great Minds Think Alike live stream brought to you by GMTA Media, your number one trusted source for hip hop, sports, and entertainment. We're your hosts, as always, Gilly and Wallow. Wait, my bad. Mace and Cameron. Damn, my bad again. DJ EFN and Nori. No, that's not it. Let me read that. Oh, we're Nove and Ori, the one and only. What's good, my brother, man?
What's going on, man? Long time no see, I feel. Them weeks be feeling long.
Bro, Phil, I know it's been a long time. It's been a long time. We should have left you without a dope pot to step two. Step two. Nah, man. What's good, my brother?
Not much, man. Just chilling.
Started off, right? It's been a minute.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man. Nothing. Just chilling, bro. I was looking outside a little earlier. This shit was dark as hell outside. Then I went upstairs. Like right before I came down here, it was dark as shit outside. Then I ran upstairs real quick, and this shit was sunny again. I was like, this bipolar ass weather.
No, I went outside. I was on my DMX shit. I was like, it's dark, and the hell it's hot. What the fuck? It was just sunny as shit outside, man.
Right.
Man, but everything's good with you. Everything been good with you, brother?
Yeah, man. I can't complain. Just chilling. Been, doing a little beat shit. I started this new little gig, so I've been doing that every other week. Just driving and delivering packages and shit. So yeah, everything's been smooth. I can't complain about shit.
That's dope, bro. That's dope. Congratulations on the new gig, man. I wish I could give me a driving gig. I really like to drive, bro. I really do like to drive.
Yeah, it's definitely easy when it's one of those driving jobs where you just know what you got to do. That's it, and then you just on your own. You do what you got to do. You fucking done. You know what I'm saying? They give you the task. You know what the task is, and you just go and do the task, and that's it. You don't answer the number. I ain't got to be dealing with no phone calls. You know what I'm saying? I get to listen to whatever music I want. So this shit is pretty smooth. Shout out my uncle for helping me get the job for sure.
Just get straight. Get to the mission, and that's it, man.
Yep.
Hear that shit.
How about yourself? How you been, bro?
I've been cooling, bro, man. I'm getting ready. My son moves in next week, so all the Mirandas will be under one roof. So everything's been good. I'm blessed.
Nice.
I can't complain.
That's what's up.
So
hell yeah, that's what's up.
That. Global Independence Television, as always, we appreciate y'all, family. Congratulations. I see y'all doing numbers, and we hope to be like y'all when we grow up. No bullshit.
Absolutely. Shout out Global Entertainment.
We got 11 people tuning in. We appreciate the views. Before we get this show started, like always, man, we appreciate the views. Give us a like. If you like what we talking about, comment GMTA in the comment sections. Let us know you in the building, gang. Salute. And if you haven't subscribed to any of our channels, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you see GMTA Media, make in nostros. Love you. That's for you.
Yeah, that's my love. Yeah, love. Appreciate you, bro.
Good show. Appreciate the 10 people tuned in as always. So but let's recap some boxing, man. So the last time we chopped it up, we gave our prediction for the Fatal Fury weekend, and let's go through it. Rolly Romero, as you predicted, who I won't even call it that upset. He beat Ryan Garcia, edged him out in the decision. Matter of fact, let me take the edge out. He beat him in the decision because there was no controversy at all. Delvin Haney. Oh man, I wish I could get my hour back. I really wish I could get my hour back, but
shit.
He was able to was able to edge. I would say edging that. He was able to edge out Carlos Ramirez in a very lackluster bout. And then Tio Lopez, the 140-pound champ, in the fight of the night, defended his WBO light welterweight title against Jorge Arnoldo Barbosa and successfully defended his title. Let's talk about that Friday night. You called it. You called Romy. You called Rolly for the win. I had Ryan. You know I don't like Ryan, but I called him to win. What's your thoughts on the fight and what's your thoughts on Rolly pulling it off, bro?
Man, I was salty I didn't go to Pato and place that fucking bet, man. The odds I think dude was Rolly Romero was plus 700. That shit is crazy to me. I wish I would have did more research and looked, dog, because that'd have been a hell of a payout. But honestly, bro, I didn't go in there like I didn't even go like when we had predicted the fight that night. You know, obviously I seen Rolly Romero fight a couple fights. He had been kind of like on a decline, like ever since he had fought Thnk Davis. I mean, he had fought that one guy that he had ended up taking the belt from, but we all know that he didn't beat that guy.
The older guy.
The older guy, yeah. We know he didn't beat dude. So he was kind of like on a decline, and he lost to Pitbull, right? Fought Pitbull Cruz, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
That was his last fight.
Was it him? That was his last fight, yeah. So he had been coming off of like some losses and shit. So it wasn't really that made me choose him. It's like I said on the last podcast, I told no, it was his corner, bro. That Derek, whatever his name is, bald-headed guy that was in Ryan Garcia's corner. He was in the corner when Earl Spence and when Earl Spence and Bud Crawford fought, he was in Earl Spence's corner. When Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin fought, he was in Frank Martin's corner. So he, as a coach, has been on a losing streak. And that's the only reason I ended up going with the upset. Like, I think Rolly gonna win only for the simple fact of who Ryan Garcia has in his corner. And that was kind of where I kind of went with the bet.
All right. So before we move on, I took it out of my sentence, but you used it at the end of yours. Was it really an upset?
No, I wouldn't say it was an upset. Like
to the bet makers, I'm sure it was, but to us, was that an upset?
Well, I guess I could see why people would call it an upset because everybody was predicted for what. Everybody wanted Ryan Garcia to win, so then it could be like the hype could build up for the Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia too. Even though Rolly Romero had already said, regardless if he win the fight or not, he was going to let them squash that beef anyway. But I think just like, you know, I mean, shit, not how we looking at it. I mean, both of them guys had horrible performances. Devin Haney looked like he was suffering from like some type of
PTSD,
what you call like like some PTSD, bro. He didn't want to get hit. He was scared to get hit. You could just see he wasn't comfortable. He shot what? It was him alone, or was it through the whole fight? Under 100 punches?
Through the whole fight.
Whole fight under 100 punches. And I don't know. And I think the difference between the Ryan Garcia and the Rolly, I think that Rolly filled up that weight nicely, bro. I think when he moved up in that weight, he filled it out. It felt good on him. He had the power. And I think Ryan Garcia, when he felt him get hit with that left hook, I think he kind of realized like, damn, this motherfucker's kind of strong. Because after that, we didn't see Ryan Garcia do anything else. I don't know if he was scared of getting hit again. I don't know if he was scared to get knocked down. But, I mean, we've seen him fight before. I've seen him fight against Gervonta Davis, even after Gervonta Davis clipped him straight in the face, and that shit looked like way harder than Rolly Romero did. He got back up, and he still kept fighting. You know what I'm saying? Same shit with Devin Haney. I mean, he was dominating the fight, but he was still bringing the pressure. You know what I'm saying? He was still active. So I didn't see that. I didn't see that from him that night, that Friday night against Rolly Romero. So I don't know. I don't really know what to think of it. I just know if Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia one day do fight again, I gotta go for Ryan Garcia. I mean,
I'll put it like this, bro. And they both okay. That event was supposed to answer questions. It added more questions.
mhm. Yeah, it
One
was like
is
one of these.
it does. It begs the question. Ryan Garcia, he's moving up in weight classes, right? He is. He's
Mhm.
not at 135 no more. He's destined to go to 147. So it begs the question: one, was he sluggish at 140 because of weight and it's time for him to his body yearning for 147? Or two, did he look sluggish because them peds, bro?
Mm.
It begs the question. Think about it. He looked at even in his knockout loss to Gervonta Davis. You even said it. He got clipped and got up. He had
Mhm.
energy. And then after the Haney call out, that
And he
he
looked
looked
at
sluggish.
drained.
He looked
And he looked
sluggish.
even more drained in the Gervonta fight. He looked
Now
more drained than he
because
did.
yeah, because he had to cut weight and stay at a certain limit. They had that rehydration clause. That's why that was in
Mhm.
place. But like you say, he got clipped before the body. He got yeah, the
He got
body
hit in
shot
the
was
with a left
to the
to the face.
Got clipped, got up. It was the
Got
body
right
shot
back
that
up.
ended the fight. But when he got clipped, got right back up. You know what I'm saying? So it begs the question, bro. So they both, Haney for sure. I got the answer. It's PTSD. He act like a fighter who's been knocked out, bro. You should take it like a champ. You got knocked down and got back up, bro.
And you
Take it
got
like,
up.
but no,
Yeah.
he's taking it like I got knocked out. So they got unfinished. How do you say that fighting's in their back pocket? They
Unfinished.
could
Yep.
cash out at any time. You know.
Right.
So let's get into Theo Lopez before we move on to the next
Hold,
fight. Theo,
hold
go
on.
ahead.
Before we move on, I just wanted to ask you real quick. So with the Ryan Garcia thing and when they found the shit in his system, how much of it did they find? Because wasn't there arguments that it was like 100th of a like 1,000th of a whatever?
No, it came
Or
back conclusive. Yeah, for sure. So
okay.
they took. He paid. He did his thing, bro. He paid his what is it? The purse. The decision got reversed, and he took a year suspension, bro. He took it like a champ. How Margarito should have did, but that's another story
Mm-hmm.
for another time. So Theo Lopez looked at tremendous as always. Got the W. He works hard, but he's in hot water, bro. A few months back,
Mm-hmm.
it was Keyshawn Davis versus that one dude. I forgot dude's name. When at the press conference, a basket came and it had watermelons and bananas in it. And dude said he's
Mm-hmm.
gonna make his opponent pay for that shit because it was racist. Come to find out, it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
even his opponent. It was Theo Lopez behind that.
Oh,
And Theo
what?
Lopez, yeah, so Theo Lopez is under hot water with the WBO because the comment he made, whether it be Davis or Crawford, he said whichever one of them M's, I don't want to M's could get the banana.
Yeah, he be kind of pushing the line a little bit with
I ain't
the
gonna lie.
with the
He 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 kind of remind me of Hector Macho Camacho. When that motherfucker was trying to get the Aaron Pryor Sugar Ray Leonard fight, oh bro, there was an interview. You could look it up on you. Oh, he went ham. I'm like, oh shit, I'm surprised they didn't kill this man. But Theo, yeah, Camacho was wild, but Theo Lopez, I like him. He works hard, bro. He gets in there, he fights whoever's put in front of him, and we're gonna get to the purses, and you're gonna see why I respect the guy. But shit like that makes me like, fam, you gotta tone down, stop that
yeah,
bullshit,
you
or
gotta pump the brakes a little on that shit.
yeah. So I wanted to bring that up because if we hear that he got stripped for his title, it's because of negative comments, and I hope someone gets in his ear. Theo Lopez apologize for them comments. So let's get into night 2 of Fatal Fury, with Saturday night. I'm gonna tell you some. I had to break the fight down. day by day because I couldn't watch it. Remember I said the night prior these guys stole an hour of my time, and I wasn't gonna do it Saturday, bro. I seen where that fight was going, and I was like, I'm not spending the rest of the time watching this. I'll watch it tomorrow. I'll watch it Monday. I'll watch it Tuesday. Yeah, okay. Canelo got the win. Got the win. Wasn't impressed. Well, I could say he tried to fight, but I think you've been in there with some of the best. You should have learned how to cut that corner already. Because
it
was a mockery. What's your thoughts on that fight?
I didn't watch it. I watched some of it. Shit was boring. It was just running around the ring. Like you said, this motherfucker's a professional. Canelo been fighting. How many fights he got under his belt? You don't know how to cut off the ring.
Like 6.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't watch the whole fight. I think I watched up to like round 5, and then that was enough for me.
What's that? Joey D, Cabron, my brother from another. If y'all familiar
Shout out
with
Joey D.
Subscribe to OMJ Media for your photo needs. Subscribe to Cabron for your gear need, apparel needs, and subscribe to anything that bro got going on. And bro will be a guest next week when me, Orly, will have the tough task of breaking down the very best of a state. So whoever's engaged with us right now, comment. Would y'all like us to see who's the best in New York, the best in California, the best in Texas, the best in Georgia? Leave us a comment, and next week we're breaking it down. 32-man bracket. Can't wait. Joy D will be part of that.
Hell yeah, that should be fun. Shout out Reno the Dawn. Shout out Noreen. I see you, Noreen. Shout out Gonzo. I see you, bro. I see y'all watching.
All right, so we're about to almost wrap up. So the weekend. So we talked about this weekend. So let's talk about the purses. Oh, matter of fact, how can I skip out? So after the fight, it's been announced. The showdown, September 13th. Don't know the location. They're thinking Las Vegas. Canelo Alvarez will defend his newly acquired unified super middleweight championship against two-time division champion, undisputed, Terrence Crawford. I can't wait to see it, brother. Your thoughts on the fight?
Yeah, that shit's gonna be lit. Yeah, man. Shit. What's it called? History in the making. It's been a long time, coming. Shit. Yeah. The fight that everybody wants to see. I mean, there's other fights that I can name that people want to see too, but for sure. Definitely, one of those, a hard hitter. So
it's the biggest fight to be made, without a doubt. The biggest fight to be made, as far as money. So let's get it on, bro. So the purses for Fatal Fury. For Canelo's lackluster victory, he got a whopping $80 million. Ryan Garcia and his loss got $20 million. Rolly Romero and his victory got $5.5 million. Delvin Haney and his lackluster victory got paid $5 million. And the guy who put on the show for the weekend, Teofimo Lopez, got paid $900,000.
What?
You heard it right, guy. Teofimo Lopez, the guy who put on the show for the fucking weekend, got paid a whopping $900,000.
You know what's crazy about that? Is the person that got paid the less money put on a better performance.
Fucked up, and he's a champion, undisputed too.
So that's wild. Off the week. Who do you talk to about that?
What happened?
If I was a boxer, who do I talk to about that?
Turkey.
Oh, Turkey, what the fuck?
Holla at Turkey, fam. He's the guy everybody's like, he gonna break Ray. He didn't break Theo shit. He didn't break Theo shit.
That's crazy.
So Naua Inu makes his United States debut, stopping Ramon Caldenas in 9th round to retain his 122-pound title. But he overcame a second round knockdown.
That was a cake.
Yeah, man. Congratulations. Yeah, it was. Congratulations, Inu, on your US
That was that
debut.
cake. That was that cake that he was eating in the back. That's why he got knocked out in the second. He got knocked down in the second round, bro.
No more sweets for me. No more sweets for me. And I seen this guy fight this past weekend. Man, bro, there's only one guy I could think of a dream fight for him, but he retired recently. I would love to see him in there with Vasily
Lomachenko. Oh my gosh, that would be a fucking crazy ass fight, bro. You know how many? I wonder how many punches would be thrown in that fight.
Bro, I watched that fight, and that's all I could think of. I'm like, bro, this would be a perfect fight for him. Fuck the Gervonta Davis fight. It's ideal.
Be doing all of that.
Man,
that angle shit, that be punching them angles, bro. Yeah. Be like a little Manny Pacquiao and shit.
Doing his thing, bro. He remind me of Pacquiao and Donaire a little, because Donaire was a little bit more of a technician, Nonito. So yeah, bro. Yeah, quite impressive. He didn't disappoint, bro. So I look forward to see his progression. He says his ideal weight cap is 126. He don't see himself going higher than that. So we'll see where his trajectory goes. We got 2 more bits of news, and we're about to bring in our special guest. July 19th. July 19th. Mark your calendars. It's the return of the 8th division. 8th division. 8th division. Filipino sensation. Manny Pacquiao returns against the newly crowned WBC title. It's Mario Barrios. On the card, Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian Fundura.
What? That's dope.
Yeah, Alexander Usyk versus Daniel Dubois 2. And then Bam Rodriguez versus Gafu. Then projected to make his return is Pitbull Cruz, who we were just talking about, projected to fight Angel Ferreira in a rematch. But let's talk about 2 fights.
That was the dude, the little guy that whipped him?
Yup. No. Dude who whooped
that wasn't the one. What was his name?
Got knocked out. He just got knocked out. I forgot by who.
Who did he? Yeah, he didn't look. It was. I was like, damn, that's the same fighter.
Yeah, he got knocked out. I forgot who was the one though. It was just recent though. But I want to talk about Sebastian and Fundura too. So as we know, the Puerto Rican prospect is the mandatory to Fundura, and I'm glad he's not in that conversation at the moment because it gives him time to build up. We're talking about Zaya. Zaya is supposed to he's the mandatory to Sebastian Fundura, right? And so I'm glad Tszyu gets the rematch and it gives Zaya a chance to prepare more for that fight, because I think that's going to be a big mountain to overcome. And then obviously Usyk versus Dubois too. Usyk, man, what more could I say about dude, bro? He's going down, bro. He's gonna go goated. Dude was a legitimate cruiserweight, and he's beating the who's who in the heavyweight division. So, what's your thoughts on them 2 fights before we get on to the music?
Which ones were those? The Usyk one?
Yeah, the Usyk
and the Pitbull one.
Yeah, no. Usyk versus Dubois 2. The first fight, that's where Usyk picked up the.
Yeah.
But his trajectory, who he's beating,
I think that's
Joshua's beating the.
Yeah. No, that Usyk dude is a beast. No, that Usyk dude is a beast. He's like
he's on his way to being goated, bro. To me.
Yeah, I would agree. That motherfucker's hard. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
he get the work done. Like,
yup.
Yeah, bro. And it doesn't even look like he would beat. Like, I mean, I don't mean it in the wrong way, but you wouldn't think that that's what you would get out of that, because he don't look like, he kind of like little and stocky. You know what I'm saying? And he don't really do too much of this shit. He just go in there to do this shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
To win. To win. To win.
Yeah, to win.
Let me see. Reno, I agree. So I just wanted to bring up Usyk because the who's who he's beating in the amount of span he's doing it is remarkable. You know, it takes motherfuckers a lifetime to rack up a resume like that, and he's doing it.
Right.
He's closing out his career on a high note. I just wanted to bring that up. Then obviously the last beat piece is yes, the rematch is official. August 16 in Las Vegas. Gervonta Davis, Lamont Roach 2. Your thoughts on that?
For real?
Yeah, so my thoughts would be Gervonta Davis, no braids, cut their hair, no grease in their hair, get in the ring. Your thoughts on the fight, bro?
Yeah, man, I think that shit's gonna be a good fight. I think it will create for a different fight, seeing that both men already know what each other brings to the table. So I think it's gonna be one of those, you know, who could catch who first, or it's gonna be like, I'll let you throw one of yours so I can hit you with one of mine type shit.
So two things. One, is this gonna be round 13, or is one gonna make the right adjustments and make this a whole completely different fight? You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, it's hard to say because it was a good fight. And
I have no complaints.
Like, you can't take nothing away. Yeah, I had no complaints for that fight neither. It was a good fight. I think that Roach he's persistent. He was aggressive. And shit, he was doing really good at countering, bro.
I said one more thing that was not highlighted, that a lot of opponents Gervonta Davis faces intimidation. He wasn't intimidated.
He wasn't intimidated for sure.
Wasn't intimidated at all. So
no,
I can't wait for that.
No, he stood his ground.
Yeah, for sure. And that wraps up the boxing news. And we about to get into, you know, the hip hop, man. And what we're gonna do is bring in battle rapper, producer, recording artist, founder of the legendary MK Masters, the one and only Mecca Malo.
What's good, bro? Your mic is on mute, brother. You gotta unmute your mic.
I got him.
There you go. What's going on, bro?
Peace,
man.
Man. Yeah, I wanted to say no, I wasn't a part of that segment because I do pay attention to boxing. I only pay attention to certain boxers in certain matches. The rest of the matches don't matter. You know what I'm saying? The Roach and the Roach and that fight matters. That fight matters because that last fight with the hair grease and shit, it was a whole bunch of politics with that. So they need to get back in the ring. We need to figure out which one of those guys are better because both of those guys is like they ain't letting up. Both of those want that, and that last fight they was at it. Like you can't. Regardless of what you think the outcome should have been, you're probably right.
It's a great fight. But I will say this. I wasn't, when Devontae brought up the hair grease, I couldn't argue with the right? Because I don't be in the ring, this and that. But you know why I brought it up now? Because Orly fucked me up. Orly sent me a reel in Messenger of Gervonta's younger brother fighting on the undercard. He had the same braids on. He got the knockout. I'm like, Orly,
see, the whole thing about that comment that he made, I get it. but that's something that you should not say when you didn't win a fight. Like, you didn't win, bro. At the end of the day, you didn't win the fucking fight. You were supposed to win, right? And he was beating your ass just as much as everybody thought you was going to beat his ass. So at the end of the day, you didn't win. It wasn't a victory. None of them niggas won. Nobody won.
Right.
But we know who really won. At the end of the day, bro, you took that knee, dog. I mean, I'm sorry, bro. I know how the rules is. I know what the rules say. But off, that should have been a point. I agree anyway, with that dog. Too. There should have been a point any fucking way, bro.
I don't give a fuck if he was hurt or not. He took the knee.
He took a knee, bro. Yeah. That's the L. Yeah. So, like, regardless of however they want to spin this, that's cool. Okay, call it a tie if you want, but
that didn't even count that though. That didn't even count.
They didn't count the knee, right?
No, they didn't. That's what I'm saying. They said it was illegal because it was a no contact. It was a no contact kneel. It was a hold on, pause, timeout kneel.
Yeah, he took the knee.
You can't.
There was a timeout kneel, but nigga, we fighting. Nigga, ain't no timeouts.
Ain't no such thing as a timeout.
Ain't no such. Ain't no timeout in boxing.
Timeout is when the bell rings and you get to go chill in the corner for that little 30 seconds or whatever it is.
Point, bro.
That's your timeout right there.
Point.
That's your little timeout.
Automatically. Yep. Point. And there was no points deducted. It was no. So, like I said, we know who won that fight.
Yeah. Well,
so, like I said, I don't follow boxing that much, but I know about that fight.
Man, I
know about that one.
Again. All I know is I look forward to another classic. Their fight was
Me too.
No matter who wanted who to win, they delivered in that ring, and I look forward to seeing the rematch.
Absolutely, 100%.
So usually, for the people that's tuned in and accustomed to what we do here, we're gonna flip it today. So usually we break down the music headlines, then get into topics. No, music headlines, then give you new music, then topics. But today, I just want to get through the new music out the way, get it out the way, because the headlines is going to hold this down for the shows, because we don't need no topics today. It's been a very...
Wait. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
How long are we on air? Because we got a lot of things to cover. It's been a crazy week.
No, for sure. That's why we ain't even got topics. The last 2 weeks been crazy. So let's get the new music out the way so we can get whatever news we can out the way. So new music from last week to this week. We're going to start off. I got my notes right here. Quavo and the late takeoff, Dope Boy Phone. 2 Chainz with the legendary Isley Brothers, the ATL Experience. I like that joint. I peeped it. Summer Walker, Spend It. Check it out. West Side Gun featuring Doechii, Egypt remix, fire. Tory Lanez last week dropped Same Way and I Might, School Flight, Lot of Money. I didn't get the chance to peep none of that. Go check it out if y'all do get the chance. I did get to check out Baby Tron, Danny G Beats, and Jake Sad. Ice Cube featuring Lori Chia and Exhibit for the Love. T Grizzly, My God. Absol featuring Bass in the Heights, Norbit. Kid Cudi dropped a new cut, Neverland. Fucking fire. Kid Cudi's back in his fucking bag.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
T drop, baby. Baby Mad at Me. The Weeknd featuring Doechii and Playboy Cardi, Timeless remix. The boy Russ dropped Crazy. I'm a big fan of Russ. He's an independent guy. That boy's in his bag. A few weeks ago, we did Put You Up on Game. Orly put us up on Lud Tyler, and he just dropped Rock and Roll. I peeped it. Pretty fire. Young boy from Florida. Keep doing your thing. The legendary 40 drop Beating They Ass. The legend Tech 9. This Is I Know. Speed D. Still, I don't even want to question that man's age. That man's still rapping his fucking ass off like the Rent is still fucking due. And I'm always going to give it up to Tech 9. Midwest.
Hey, yo, you know what? Can I just add something to that, man? We we really got to give Tech-9 his fucking flowers, dog. Like, we really got to really take time, because like Tech-9 is one of those dudes that really changed the landscape on what it meant to be an independent artist for real. Like the man has his own warehouse where it housed all of the strange music and Tech-9 merchandise.
Yep.
Like the whole joint, it's a warehouse. It's like, yo, they have forklifts in there, bro. Moving this shit around. It's just crazy. So like, yo, we have to like, Tech-9 is definitely one of those ones, man. He's definitely one of the GOATs, especially as it pertains to like the independent career, not having to rely on a major label at all. It's still selling out shows, still selling merchandise, and your music videos are still getting millions of views. So you know what I mean? It's like you can't. One second, I'm sorry. Like there's nothing you can like. Shout out to Tech-9, man.
Yeah, shout out to Tech-9 for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we did a little bit. We did a little bit on him when we did our Halloween special horrorcore. But we most definitely gonna get a deep dive, do a deep dive on Tech-9 soon. But most definitely, he is a Midwest GOAT. He's a
absolutely,
GOAT, but for sure, we hold. He's on one of my Mount Rushmores in the Midwest for sure. Let's keep going.
Hell yeah,
he gotta be right next to Twister.
Yeah. Well,
right next to Twister.
I love Twister, but I gotta put Lupe and Common above Twister right now, bro. But that's a whole different argument. I love Twist though. I love Twist. Value, Heavy Fraud and Currency, Driver's Ed, Anderson .Paak feature Knowledge and No Worry. Everybody get down. Anderson .Paak, he's one of them dudes who got lost during that blog era, but he's a dope artist. Rome Street dropped.
Yeah. That went nuts with him and Bruno. That was the dude that Bruno Mars ended up doing that album with, right?
Yup. Yeah.
Anderson .Paak, and they didn't even,
shit, bro.
Did you know that they didn't even register like that shit to go to like, I don't know if it was like the Grammys or some shit like that because they knew they would win.
No,
look it up. Look it up whenever you get the chance. Google it. It's like I forgot what the name of their group is. Silk Sonic.
I'm gonna have to look
some shit like that.
Up.
If I'm gonna find it for you and I'll send it to you.
I know Anderson .Paak has been making noise, but not musically. You know, he's been romantically involved with the legendary Mariah Carey. So let's keep going. Rome Street dropped Rule 4080. I'm big on Rome Street. He's one of them dudes from New York that I'm big on. You know, New York, people say New York lost their ways. I would never say that. I would just say New York is just starting to find a groove again. How they say Stella getting their groove back. Now I want to get into these next three songs. These next three songs I personally have listened to. I'm gonna start off with Red Bull's Spiral Freestyle. Big Sean and Joy Badass. All three of them motherfuckers cooked. All three of them took shots at each other, and all three of them were right there at the same place at the same motherfucking time. What's your thoughts on the freestyle early? I know you heard it.
Yeah, that shit was fire, bro. They fucking snap. When I first ended up seeing that, I was confused because I was like, wait a minute, this is like a cipher? Like, I was kind of thrown back, you know what I'm saying? So it caught me off guard a little bit, which is a good thing. And then I was like, man, this shit is pretty fucking dope. You know what I'm saying? And then when it got like to the part where these niggas get to like throwing shots at each other on the same track and shit, and I was like, whoa, this shit is wild. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that shit was fucking raw, bro. Yeah, that shit was dope. Hell yeah. I liked it, every bit of it. I didn't get to listen to it like, I probably listened to it like 5 times, but I definitely didn't get to listen to it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to listen to it more. Yeah. Like, you know, I feel like there's a lot to unpack on that. Yeah, it's definitely one of those.
To me, that fucking freestyle is goated already. it's goated to me already. It reminds me of the blog era BET ciphers, the double XL ciphers, when they had the animals
for sure
in the same place at the same fucking time. And who were they?
right
Absol, Joey Badass, and Big Sean. Who were talking about?
yep
All right, I'm back. Hey, yo, I'm sorry, yo. I had to get my camera right. First of all, that's one of the best ciphers I've ever seen in my motherfucking life. How they went back and forth and how they actually, all three of them actually snuck this. All three of them sneak dissed each other too in the freestyle, and like the way it like tied in was dope as fuck, right? Man. The only other freestyle, yes. The only other freestyle that I saw that was just as dope as that one was the one that was a few freestyles before. That was the Raekwon, Redman, and Method Man. That shit was fire too. You know what I'm saying? So these guys being the younger guys, the younger generation of this hip hop barsmith thing that we have of ours, right? It's Joey Badass bars. Absol bars. Big Sean, one of the most slept on barsmiths in the mid fucking West.
Thank you.
One of the most slept on barsmiths in the Midwest, right? So like boom. So and then when you look at this, so the shit with Redman, Method Man, and Raekwon, that's all New York shit. The shit with Joey, Ab, and motherfucking Sean, that's Detroit.
Right, Detroit,
and LA.
Yep.
The best fucking spiral cipher they ever had so far. Is going to be hard for anybody to go on that fucking series and beat that.
But I would like to give a shout out to the Red Bull Spiral freestyles because they have
100%
fire. But I got to give them shout outs for that. But this one is goated already, and the reason I say that, the one you just brought up, that's okay. Time out. Raekwon, Ghostface,
Joey Badass just dropped the track right now called The Finals.
We're gonna talk about that in a minute. Redman,
he been spazzing lately. Joey been spazzing.
No, we're gonna talk about that. You said Redman, Ghostface, and who?
Redman, Method Man, and Ghostface.
Raekwon.
And also, no, sorry, not Ghostface.
Raekwon.
And then also, Redman just dropped the Muddy Waters 2. So you know what I'm saying? Like Muddy Waters 2 is a dope ass album. You know what I mean?
So that's the cipher is from that era, right? So we see them do it and show motherfuckers how to do it. That's how it's supposed to be done, right? But when you see these guys who is by how you say the guys that these young guys is looking to now and they're doing this, salute King, because this is what they need to be seen. You feel me? So salute to Absol, salute to Big Sean, salute to Joey Badass.
They spazzed out. They snapped.
Not just spazzed
they
out, bro.
Snapped.
They took it back. Hey, they took it back, and I'm gonna quote the homie Neef Buck. Orly's gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. He said, I want to take it back when hip hop used to be competitive. Fuck all this friendly shit. He's Buck. Dogg said this shit.
He's taking back when hip hop was competitive, not when people be treating people like a bunch of relatives or some shit like that. He said,
You see three beasts, three animals from three different parts, three different cities on the same cipher. Rip the shit, take shots at each other. Afterward, went home.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to highlight that. I'm about to listen to this shit again after I get off of here. I'm just letting y'all know
for sure.
That's how fucking fire this shit is to me.
I want to listen to it on everything. I'm gonna listen to it down in the studio. I'm gonna listen to it in the car. I'm gonna listen to it in the headphones.
It's one of those. So now we get into what happened the next day. So let's go to Joey Badass. I'm gonna tell you something. 1999 is one of those, and when I say it's one of those, when you go back to a time and place in hip hop when you talk about the trajectory, when let's say the SoundCloud era came, the motherfucking gangster rap era came, when this era came, when the blog era came, 1990, those family, it's classic. Classic. That young boy was 16, 17 years old, rapping like that. You hear me? You hear the maturity? You hear the maturity in that young man's, and the reason why I brought that up specifically because young boys that's listening to GMTA right now, I get what's a vibe. I mean, my bad. I get what's a vibe. I get what's a vibe. But you ain't got to dub down, fam. You ain't got to dub down. You could be 16 and be intelligent. You could be 16 and be smart. It's okay to be smart. And if you don't believe me, go check out 1990 from Joey Badass, because that young boy,
you know what? No,
17 years old, rapping like that. Talk to me, man.
You know what? No, like you know what, bro. You know what? I think what it is this. And here we go, right? I think some youngins. I think. Okay, look. Let me use myself as an example. When I first got into this thing called hip hop, right? I'm from the era where I couldn't call myself an MC until I studied MCs. I couldn't call myself an MC until I knew who KRS-One was. I couldn't call myself an MC until I was able to recite a verse from Rakim. I couldn't call myself an MC. You couldn't. Because how else would you learn how to pen your scribe? Right? How else would you know? So it's like, I think with people like...
What year was that, though? What year was
like,
that?
I'm just talking about in general. I'm just talking about...
Oh,
well, as far as with me?
Because the discovery for music... I'm going to tell you something. The discovery for you, me, and Orly, when we were discovering music, was totally different.
Yeah.
We had to really...
No, but check me out. But check me out.
So
the music is still there.
There's no excuse for nobody to say forever.
No, hear me out. Just hear me out. The music is still there. So, you know, Joey Badass is one of the younger cats. He's younger than us, right? But he still did his due diligence to study who the greats were. So that's why he's able to rap like that. Same thing with Big Sean. He did his due diligence to study who the greats were. So when he penned his scribe, right, who pushed this pen? Right? It's all about who pushes your pen. So when you look at these other young rappers, right? These other young rappers, ask them who their favorite artist is. Their favorite artists are the ones that push their pen.
Lil Durk.
Exactly. That's the artist that push their pen.
Listen, though.
If your favorite artist is Lil Durk, that's the artist that push your pen. So the kind of music you make is going to be similar to that.
Everybody ain't gotta be a lyricist. Everybody ain't got to be metaphors and lyricists. I'm not saying that, but you ain't got to repeat the same word every 2, 3. You ain't got to tell me you spinning the block on every fucking song in the exact same.
No, I mean,
that's
you're going to make what you're inspired. You're going to make what you're... Put like this. You're gonna put like this. Like me as an artist, I always pride myself in making what I know I would listen to, right? So like that's all people are doing. They're just emulating music that in which they like, that what they would listen to. It's not the realest shit. It's not it. And sometimes the music that they're making, they're just emulating. It's not even them. It's not even them. They're just emulating the style in which they feel like, yo, if I make this style type of music, I might get on. Or if I make this, my friends like this or whatever, they're not making this music because they're actual musicians, bro. The access of making music is so easy.
You're making my point.
No, I'm saying I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying like I'm just
disagreeing.
That's my perspective.
No, you're right. No, you're right though. I agree with that.
Yeah,
you're right. What you said, Orly just dropped a hit called "Fuck These Motherfuckers." Man, I'm gonna fuck these folks. That's the name of my song. I feel you.
They're just making, they're just making me say like, man. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what's going on. But no, the reason I brought up that because Joey Badass came in the era with them young bulls, the Chief Keefs, the Durks, and he's still younger than them. And he's still young.
Joey Badass, nice. He's always been nice.
Yeah.
Joey Badass always been nice.
Yeah.
But but let me get to what I wanted to get to with him was.
There's a lot of those guys that are nice like that. The underachievers are another like really good.
Yeah, but there's a difference though, fam. There's a difference. You know what's the difference though? It's because Joey Badass came in to the top of this year talking some shit. And you know what he did this week? He stamped that shit. Like he backed up all that shit from the rulers back all the way to the finals that we're going to get into right now. Joey Badass not only stepped up to the plate, but he has encouraged all MCs from California to New York to step their game up, and salute Joey Badass because ever since the ruler back, Daylight was my boy Ray Vaughn, Crash Out Heritage, classic response. Like I love it. I love the sparring that's been going on, right? But this week, he really made his point. He said just like this, Kenny, I know what you want, but if you're looking for real competition, you know I'm at. He finally, like he said it, and this is what I loved about the finals. He said, just like Javante Davis had to beat some bombs, get to the championship. That's what he's doing to Ray Vaughn and Daylight on his way to the. So he knows what he got to do, right? And he understands his task. You ain't gonna just get Kendrick in the ring, but if you start beating up some of his homies around him, he's gonna have to look at you like, hold up. Yeah, man. I see you might be a problem now. You feel me? So after the big Red Bull freestyle, Ray Vaughn came back with Whole Era. Now I am big on Ray Vaughn, but this wasn't the one, family. Whole Era to me sounded like a watered down version of Not Like Us, bro.
Yeah. What's that? What are you talking about? What song are you talking about?
The Ray Vaughn. He responded.
So Big Sean, he responded. Ray Vaughn.
I didn't hear that
to that Red Bull freestyle, right? He responded because him and Joey been going at it ever since the rulers back, and he came out with a song called Whole Era. And this is the weakest song he's dropped since. But to me, it sounds like a Not Like Us ripoff. Like
the beat is like
It's like a bouncy West Coast type shit.
Yeah.
No, like it sounds like
that. Hey, now say now.
Hit out of it. Exactly. He was trying to make a hit.
It was almost like that. Hey, now I'm saying that. They got that same type of little bop to it. Yeah.
And this is the angle that's getting played out too. Ray Vaughn keeps bringing up power. We get it. Unique. We get unique power. We get it. But them bars are getting played out now, fam. Now you got to do your homework. How Mecca said, you got to do your homework, do your research, buddy, because you can't use these power angles no more. They got played out. They're getting played out 4 songs ago. You know what I'm saying? So when you get a chance, Mecca, check it out. It's called Whole Era.
I bet. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out
right now.
I'll send it to you.
Joey Badass.
Yeah, send me a link.
Now Joey Badass was 6 hours short from doing a Meet the Grams. So Joey Badass responds immediately to Whole Era. If he would have dropped it, let's say 11:30 last night, it would have felt like Meet the Grams like that. He didn't respond like that. But Joey Badass came back on the finals. And this is the song where because you could go to the show that we did from January on. I've been on the Joey Badass bandwagon. Like, okay, I see what he's doing here. And with this song right here, it was the stamp of approval for me. And he put his flag down like, okay, Ray Vaughn, I am talking to you now. You know, I made you famous. Not even Top Dog could, you know. His angles, everything was a dog angle, like, you know, and he just spazzed out. And I think Joey Badass, if to me personally, I see he's sparring, he's how you say sharpening the sword, and if he can put this energy into his project, I think we might have something to follow up that 1999 to put him back in the conversation. What's your thoughts on that, Mecca? Have you heard the finals at all?
I haven't heard it yet, but you know, I plan on listening to it when I get off of this joint right here. I haven't heard it yet though, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it's dope. One thing I like about Joey Badass, man, is, you know, I like his perspective as a, even outside of the booth. I like the individual that he is. You know, I've seen some of his interviews where he just talk about life. You know what I mean? Like he got a good head on his shoulders. He's a very, very smart, very, very intelligent artist in our culture. And he's a good actor too. Like his acting abilities are amazing. You know what I'm saying? So man, shout out to Joey Badass and everything that he got going on for himself, man. You know, I love everything that I'm seeing.
Thanks. How about you, Orly? What's your thoughts on the finals before we move on?
I haven't got a chance to listen to it neither.
Yeah, that shit's fired. I give it my stamp of approval. Y'all check it out. So let's get into mixtape and albums. J Bag Mafia and Flume drop We Live in a Society. That's a mixtape. DDG, Blame the Chat. He only sold like Central. I feel bad. I like him personally, not rapping wise, but streamer, like his personality. I think dude only sold like 600 copies. Legendary, The Far Side in 1999. Right the future.
It's like since I'm saying, bro, Nick, hey, and niggas be trash, bro. Let's just keep it real, bro. Niggas be trash, bro. DDG trash. He trash, bro. This is real, B.
Who is that? I don't even know who that is.
You know, he the dude that like knocked up. DDG the dude that knocked up the Halle Berry, you know what I mean, the actress that played the Little Mermaid.
Oh, okay.
He the one that knocked her up and all that, and then she came out like he was abusing her and all that. Yeah, man, he trash, bro. Niggas can't rap, bro. The only people that I accept that can't rap, honest to God, truth, are like, look. If you from Milwaukee, you popping. It's the only people that I accept, bro. I don't accept nobody else, bro. If you from out of town and you can't rap, bro, I can't accept it. If you from Milwaukee and you rapping, bro, I love you.
Oh, you snap. Hold on a second.
Oh shit! Shout out Corey. Happy birthday to Corey. It's her birthday today, right? Happy birthday, Corey.
Yup. Happy birthday, Corey.
Happy birthday.
Spit that shit, Orly. Spit that shit, Orlito. Orlito, he does rap.
But yeah, niggas is trash, man.
I gotta stop.
Niggas is trash, B. Let's just keep it real. Niggas is trash. It's not, you know, that's just my opinion.
You could say that. We're allowed to say that. You can say that. But what I'm saying is I gotta let the chat know what mixtape and who knows? They might like the homie. Well, anyhow. Far Side. Legendary Far Side. I love the Far Side. They dropped the EP with Timeless.
You ain't bring up RJ. Yo, RJ Payne dropped Leatherface 4. Did you bring up the last, like, RJ Payne dropped Leatherface 4?
No. Go ahead. Hold on. I'm sorry. Black dropped Blackavelli. No. I want you to say that at the end because I ain't got that. Andre 3. Oh, let me leave that out. Lefty Gunplay, the first artist out of that GNX album to drop a project, Can't Get Right. Then Andre 3000. I want to say this. Look, not to you, or maybe to you. It might be to y'all. Who knows? Listen. I'm an Outkast fan. Outkast. But all you Andre 3000, I'm hanging on to that fucking album. Let it go. It ain't happening. Andre 3000 dropped fucking 7 piano sketches. He dropped a flute album on you motherfuckers and dropped the piano. He ain't giving you hip hop.
I'm going to have to check that out. Might have to sample some shit on there.
So please let that shit go.
Thank you, Andre 3000, for the sample.
You don't want to hear my, you know what? You don't want to really hear my real opinion on none of this.
Yes, go ahead. Yes, we do. That's what Great Mind Think Alike is about. I brought up Andre 3000. You got an opinion? Share it with us, Mecca.
I love Andre. I love 3 Stacks, man. I'm going to get right to it, man. I don't want to hear that shit. Period. I don't want to hear that shit. I want to hear you. And that's just me. I'm selfish. Maybe I'm just selfish. I'm just thinking about it like Andre, bro. You're considered one of the. Andre 3000 is considered one of the best lyricists in hip hop history, right?
For
so
sure.
Now listen. Here's another unpopular opinion. I think Andre 3000 is overrated. I think he is because he hasn't. Like, I mean, like, look, he's. People are putting him in their top 5 lyricists. Why? Like, why? I can name so many other MCs that got the catalog to prove it. Right? They got the catalog, the lyrical catalog, and that's smoking Andre 3000, smoking his boots. No disrespect. I love Andre 3000, bro. Let's just keep things in perspective, though. You know what I'm saying?
No,
he came out with Hey Now.
Okay, I'm glad you brought it up. I didn't want to.
That was a hit.
Again. Time out.
It's a hit. Come on now.
Time out, though. Let's be real. Okay. Let's talk.
That's not what y'all wanted.
No. Listen to this, though. Listen to this. We got the 5th and final Outkast album was a double disc, and it was solo albums from both of them. One was hip hop, thanks to Big Boy doing his rap. And guess what? Andre 3000 gave y'all hip hop fans. Andre 3000, he the GOAT fans. He gave y'all, hey, y'all. Then he said, yo, roses smell like boo-boo. He said, y'all roses smell like boo-boo. He didn't hit y'all with the shit he hit y'all with International Player because he did his shit on that. He didn't hit y'all with the shit he did on motherfucking, matter of fact, what's the homie from ATL, Walk It Out remix? Let's not talk about how he skated on that track. Yes, I think 3000 could rap, but he hasn't gave us rapping even on the last Outkast album, if you really want to talk about it. But
yeah, I think he spazzed out like Hollywood Divorce with Wayne in there. Remember that? Bro, Hollywood Divorce with Lil Wayne. And
he'll go crazy on somebody else shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, you're right. He do be going spaz on people shit.
People get mad at me because I can't separate him. He's goated. Outkast goated. There's too many.
Is he in your top 5? Is Andre 3000 in your top 5?
And what?
Of like lyricists, like top 5 lyricists, okay, top 5 just like MCs.
No, lyricists, no. Okay. But I give him the only thing I give him credit that he is top 5 of creativity. But as far as
absolutely. I give you that. Absolutely. You know what? That's crazy because you know what? Let me add on to that. Creativity, first of all, you gotta put Missy Elliott #1 for creativity in hip hop. Missy Elliott is the most creative hip hop artist.
You gotta put Timberland in there too.
Yeah, well, you know, that's like you gotta add both of them the same. It's like the same.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Right. It's a yin and yang.
After that is Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes is a creative motherfucker. He's fucking a genius. I don't know about y'all, but I'll put Kanye West at #3 as being one of the most creative motherfuckers known to mankind when it comes to hip hop music. Just me personally.
No, to me,
you know. And then I'm gonna go old school with it because, like, I'm gonna go to my #1 favorite music producer of all time, hip hop music producer. My favorite hip hop music producer. I'm gonna go with DJ Quick. Ain't nobody more creative than Quick. Quick is one of the most dudes. And then you know what? It's like then there's a toss up. It's a coin toss between Timberland and Andre.
I would say 10. Yeah, that is kind of hard, but
it's a coin toss, bro, for me. You know
because it's like so. Yeah, I would. Damn, that was hard.
You ain't wrong.
Pause. Yeah.
All right, so let's continue before we get into the news. So guys, let me check out the homie, the brother checked in. Let me
Oh, what
make
up?
sure I show him some love.
What did you say? What
Daniel.
Hold on. Bro, I feel
Peace,
like I
peace.
ain't hearing much. What's good, family? What's happening, family? Love, bro.
Shout out M. Daniel. Shout out Nick.
We're about to get into the topics right now, brother. We just covering the music and judging certain artists that come across. So guys, I've been hearing some of the songs. I haven't listened to it completely, but Snoop Dogg dropped "It's a Crime" new album out. Basically, the number one song that's making noise right now is "Shut Your Bitch Ass Up." I would say this. I would say this much, family. I haven't heard it all. But so far, just based off this song, it's generated more buzz than this fucking last project he dropped that was executive produced by the legendary, you just mentioned him, Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre.
Fellas.
Hey man, missionary was a disappointment. Go ahead.
I didn't even get to listen to that. That shit was so like one of those like under the radar, whatever. Yeah, it was a disappointment. Wow.
Yeah, it was. And to think about it is this album hasn't got the rollout, it's not behind it, and it already has generated way more buzz than the last project. So I look forward to see what this project does number-wise. You know what I'm saying? But so far, it's up to a great start with its buzz. Common B, the classic B, is coming up to a 20-year anniversary, and it will be re-released with never unreleased tracks. I look forward to that.
Oh, yeah, that's dope. Shout out Common.
Common one of my favorite MCs ever, man.
Yeah, I always big him up on this platform every time I can. J.I.D. upcoming album, God Does Like Ugly, dropping August 8th. He's one of them young bulls that I'm telling you, the work he's done, like, is slept on. And I look forward to see what he could do.
Who's this?
Now that he's talking about the homie J.I.D. Jit, who's down with Jay. Who used to
okay. Yeah, he nice.
His project's dropping August 8th. Then one of my goats, he was part of the rollout weeks ago when Nas dropped a mystery about these 7 projects dropping, and it has been announced today. Slick Rick announced his first album in over 25 years called Victory, June 13th via Mass Appeal. I don't expect him.
See, it was all subliminal. Joey D was telling us the ruler's back was the whole time.
The ruler's back, man.
I mean, Joey, yeah.
He's one of my favorites, bro. Like, people don't understand. Like, his voice, his delivery, his concept, his storytelling. My God, I don't know someone smoother than him at that time. You know what I'm saying? As far as the flow went, like, he sounded so smooth on tracks, man. So, you know, he went in, did his time. Eventually, when he got out, he got deported. So he wasn't able to capitalize much. You know, he did some shit with Outkast. Speaking of Outkast, he was able to do shit with Outkast and whatnot. But I look forward to hear what Slick Rick got to say. And that wraps up mixtapes and albums. And now we're going to get into the news and headlines. Fellas, Milwaukee very own Chicken P and G Herbo hooked up for collab, and the music video, Chief Key pulls up to the video shoot. The boy Chicken P has been grinding, been putting in that work, and congratulations, homie. What's y'all thoughts on the progress and evolution of Chicken P? Because I'm sure y'all both has witnessed the grind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Shout out Chicken P, man.
Yeah. I had heard people talking about him shit for quite like a couple years, and I was like, "What, Chicken P? Oh, that's a weird name." Woo woo. And then eventually, you just started like you started hearing that name everywhere, like more and more, like, "Oh, Chicken P, GP, shit."
Hey yo, what was his name before that? His name changed. It was Lil Chicken before that, right? It's the same person, right? It was Lil Chicken. Then he switched it to Chicken P, right?
I don't know. That's a good question.
No, it is.
Because
Right?
I
Is
know
it the
I
same
did
person?
remember hearing somebody named Little Chicken too. Yeah, could be.
I think it's the same. I think Lil Chicken is Chicken P.
You might
If
be
I'm not
right.
mistaken, right? Only reason why I'm saying this, right? Yo, shout out to Chicken P, man. Like, congratulations, man. Everything going on. But I got a funny story to share about, like, when I was locked up, when I was in Outagamie County Jail. And I guess it was something going on to where it was like Lil Chicken, like, was like the allegations, right? It was like something to where he was messing with tranny or whatever the case may be, right? Like,
Oh
whatever.
yeah. Okay. No, Little Chicken. Daniel said Little Chicken and Chicken P different rappers.
Okay, they're different rappers. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Okay, cool. See, I didn't know, like, because they both of their name is Chicken. You know what I'm
But
saying?
I do
But,
remember hearing some shit like that. What you talking about though? I kind of do
that
remember
shit
hearing
was
something around the
shit
line,
was
but I don't
funny
know
as shit.
who or what it was about or what.
Yeah, man. So yeah, but yeah, man. Shout out Chicken P though, man. Like, the whole thing about it is, like, and this is what I said on the podcast that I was on with you, like, I'm gonna be real upfront. It's a lot of music that I don't listen to, right? Because of, first of all, I'm 40 years old, man. Let's just keep it real. I'm 40 years old. I'll be 41 next month. So it's a lot of music that, as a person of my age and from the cloth that I come from, I just don't listen to, right? But one thing I can say, bro, is Milwaukee is on motherfucking fire right now. You know what I'm saying? With like the different artists that's coming out and different genres, and it don't necessarily have to be the kind of music that I make or the kind of music that I actually listen to in my leisure. But when I go out, this is the kind of music that I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Because I know this is what's gonna make everything pop off. This is what's gonna turn everything up. And if don't nobody make no turned up music, man, it's Milwaukee. Milwaukee is making some of the most turned music. I just see Maya P court motherfucking side at a New York Liberty game, and they had her on the Jumbotron, and they played some of her music video. She got a new song out called "She Was a Fairy." You know what I'm saying? And it's a very lofty type of song, and they got the little dance to it. You know what I'm saying? But to see that, bro, and knowing that this young lady came from Milwaukee, I better not be seeing no grown ass man hating on this little girl, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, bro. Like this.
Highlight her again. What's her name?
Maya P doing her thing,
Maya
man.
P.
Shout out Maya
Okay.
P.
Shout out Maya P.
Shout out for Big Frank. JP, where the fuck you at? What's going on? I know what's going on, man. Like, make some music, man. Get back in the booth. That's what I'm saying, man. Milwaukee is on the uprise, and this been happening like that. And me and O been having conversations about this for a minute. Like, Milwaukee up next, bro, and we're here. It's like Milwaukee is looking like the fucking Minnesota Timberwolves right now. You know, so we bullying the game. That's how Milwaukee looking. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody in Milwaukee doing their thing, man. Keep doing it, man. Fuck all the hate, man. Everybody let's support each other, and let's because everybody that's doing their thing, man. Like I said in the last episode, they opening up the doors, man. So you know what I mean. Shout out to Maya P. Shout out to Chicken P. Shout out to Steve, just fucking Stoner. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to all these guys, man. They making noise, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. And I wanted to, because I am one that pay attention to everything. You did say you and Orly were having a conversation. And for those who don't know about that conversation, y'all make sure y'all go to GMTA, the page, and go check out for Panorama, and you will find the conversation we're talking about. Special guest Malo, and you can find it on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So go check that conversation out now. So let's move on.
That was good. That was good. No, that was amazing.
Nice
that was good. Nice segue right there. That's good.
I tried, bro. I tried, man. I tried.
That was great.
I'm trying to be the Vince McMahon minus the lawsuits. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
All right, let's move on, fellas. Our condolences go out to Fat Joe and his family. The loss to his queen. His passed away 2 weeks ago. Maria del Carmen Cartagena.
Oh yeah.
But on hindsight, congratulations, Fat Joe and Jadakiss on the Joe and Jada podcast. You can find it on YouTube, on episode. And we're gonna get into some of the topics of that.
Shit.
You know, but
podcast. I love those guys. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Podcast trash, dog. I'm sorry, dog. I'm sorry, bro. Podcast trash. I love those guys, bro.
Fat Joe was.
I fell asleep.
Breakfast Club.
I fell asleep, man.
We're gonna get into it, Becca. We're gonna get into it. So, Fat Joe was a guest on the Breakfast Club, and he talks about. Matter of fact, he reacted to a conversation that Caleb Plant had. He's a boxer, for those who don't know. Caleb Plant, who's been protesting a fight for
Canelo.
Edgar Berlanga. He wanted to fight. He still wants to fight Edgar Berlanga.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying he's fought with Canelo in the past, and he's fought with that other dude that what's the tall dude that wants to fight Canelo? They keep calling Canelo out. The Mexican dude, David Benavidez. He's fought
Benavidez.
Yeah, he's fought Benavidez. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead. Caleb Plant
talked about. Yeah, he talked about he ran into Fat Joe, and Fat Joe was just on a Breakfast Club, and he said Caleb Plant left out the part where bouncing around like he looked like he's about to swing golf, and Fat Joe was with his wife and his kids, and he said, you know, this ain't boxing, chat, so calm down because you won't be leaving. Like, so basically threatening them. Now let's get back to this podcast, y'all. The reason I brought that up, I should have brought it up earlier in the boxing news because I put it on my notes in the wrong spot. But let's get back to the Fat Joe and Jada podcast. First, your opinion on it, Mecca. Go ahead. Now you can tell us. It sucks. Go ahead, Mecca. Tell us. What's your thoughts on it?
All right, so look, my honest opinion on this, and this is coming from a real place, man. I love Fat Joe. I love Jadakiss. My favorite album from Fat Joe is the Don Carter album. You know what I'm saying? And everything that he means. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, so, you know, like Jadakiss, you know, the whole locks, the whole shit, right? But the podcast, man, look, man, when like two rappers come together, right? We seen it work. We seen it work with Mason Cameron. That works because they actually have a structure. And their structure is we're gonna do this shit like ESPN, but make it barbershop. We're gonna show up in like street clothes some days, you're gonna show up in suits some days, but it's a profession, it's the most professional shit ever, right?
Right.
Yeah, but they got
that's what it is. That's what it is.
They got a history too.
That's what it is, right? And they got a history.
There's chemistry there, right?
Yeah, it's chemistry, right? Because they actually play ball together. Like they play basketball together.
And I just played a sport. I don't know. Together. It's something about that, and it's something about their character too. Like Mason's, I don't know. Mason's always been kind of like
niggas. They both Harlem niggas. They both from Harlem. They from the same shit.
Right.
I love Mace.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's like then it's like y'all slapping these niggas together and be like, hey, we're going to pay y'all a couple of dollars to do this podcast because we've seen that it was successful with these two rappers. Y'all got a history. Right. Y'all like some of the OG staples of New York. Let's just slap y'all together. Boost Mobile, let's slap y'all together. And it's like pay y'all some money to do this podcast. And they say, yeah. And that's what it feels like. That's what it looks like, bro. So that's what I'm saying. It's no diss. That's an honest consumer opinion. It's from because I was one of the first niggas. I can't wait to see this shit. Oh, it's two of my favorite niggas from New York. I can't wait to see this shit. Then I sat down and watched it, and I fell asleep.
Man, that shit.
Real. I'm just kidding. Real. I'm not even trying to sound funny. That's what it was. So shout out to Fat Joe and Jada. Just make it interesting. I don't know. You know. try to invite some people there to interview, probably that's interesting to make it interesting. But y'all two niggas just talking to each other. Nah, bro. Interview somebody. Bring like Stoudemire up in there or some shit like that. Bring like another New York legend up in there and talk to them about some New York shit, so motherfuckers outside of New York can learn some more New York shit or something like that. That makes sense for me. If they go off that formula. It's like if they when you watch the pilot 2 episodes, they have no formula. It's just them niggas talking about what?
The shit that had me dying, bro, was when Fat Joe was like, yeah, he was like, he was like,
what he said, like,
ketchup package? Tory, he said, you heard Tory Lanez call ketchup.
Call ketchup package.
and then Jada, that's the shit. Jada Kiss's like his facial expression was so like it was real. That was like real time. It was live. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? He got what?
He said it like, bro. He's like, bro. Your slang is on 100.
He said
your slang is crazy. Like, what's going on with your slang today?
He said you got ketchup. Like, what the hell? Oh shit.
You know what's so fucked up, right? You know what's so fucked up? Whenever I reference the Tory Lanez, I don't know if we're gonna get to that, but whenever I reference the Tory Lanez, whenever I reference the Tory Lanez stabbing, it's fucked up, but it's like, dog, you see. Like, hey, bro, you saw niggas carve Tory Lanez up like a motherfucking Thanksgiving turkey and shit. Like, damn. I'm not, it's a joke, but it's like, it's real. They carved him up. They stabbed him 14 times.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
That's crazy. Shut up, man. Yo, speedy recovery, Tory, man. That's fucked up, man.
We most definitely gonna get to it. But a takeaway from this podcast was Fat Joe states Kendrick Lamar gets played 9 out of every 10 songs in LA right now. Not even Snoop.
Snoop got in.
Record. Nobody in LA has dominated the paint.
And Snoop responded to it.
He was on the Breakfast Club and he says he can't say that.
He can't say that.
He's not from the West Coast.
Facts.
That's no disrespect. That's just facts. You can't say that because you're not from. That's like
Cats be saucy, feeling like like. But Fat Joe been on he can, bro. He can say that.
Come on, hold on. You can respond. Come on, you're gonna respond. Let me wrap up.
Yeah, he can say that.
How about this statement? We're gonna get. That's like me coming out here and saying that being the king or whoop whoop. I don't know who run New York, this y'all's, but I don't know when it comes to the West Coast, everybody riding with Kendrick, hands down. But he says, you know, the Bay, sometimes ride with the Bay, LA just, you know, so Fat Joe ain't got the right to say that, he says. Now, go ahead.
I mean, Fat Joe been all through Cali, bro, because he got the pass. Fat Joe filmed movies out there. Let's keep it real. He shot Thicker Than Water with fucking Mac 10 out there. He was out there. Fat Joe got he was out there though. So it's like,
and that was in the heat. That was in the heat of the East West shit too.
Exactly.
Don't forget to mention that. Don't forget.
Yeah, Fat Joe was out there.
That was in the heat.
Fat Joe and Fat Joe was Don. Like Fat Joe, he got respect in the streets, bro. Regardless, whether it's in New York. Regardless if it's in New York or LA, like he's stamped, he's solidified. So it's like, I mean, he's verified Snoop. Now Snoop, like, you know, there's things that's questionable about Snoop that questions his verification. But ain't nobody talking about that, you know what I'm saying? So Snoop, it's like everybody always try to call shots and be like what motherfuckers can say and can't say. That's crazy.
Snoop, though, he's been under our radar for some of the shit he's done. You know what I'm saying? We don't discriminate. Even our goats get it. But
you can dedicate a whole episode to Snoop's backpedaling.
Man, look, it ain't just that though, bro. I could do a whole episode on that, but I'm not just gonna say that's all he does, bro. He does.
That's not all he does. No. Snoop is.
You know. But you're right though. We can't. We can't. He contradicted himself numerous
Yes,
times.
Snoop is the biggest. He's the biggest rap star, and he's the biggest star in hip hop history. There's no star in hip hop bigger than Snoop. But there's some times where it's like, come on, Snoop, bro, stand on that.
So
How come you ain't stand on that?
You're right. But no, I was about to say, because that ain't the only thing, but you're right. But let's move on. A$AP Rocky, Rihanna, expecting baby number 3. Congratulations to that couple. Nelly and Ashanti were sharing their journey on Peacock's We Belong Together, June 2025. Lil Wayne revealed a new generation of Young Money artists. Alan Kuba's Corey Gunn, who Corey Gunn's not a new artist. D'Amelio, Jay Jones, Little Twist, and Poppy.
Little Twist been on there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. New artists. Now, the legendary, one of my favorite groups of all time, is broken through the Instagram. CeeLo Green announced Goody Mob has called it quits. They're working on the album, and the final tour should be dropped at the end of this year. I love Goody Mob. Well, I wouldn't look, man. If this was about 15 years ago, I would say it would break my heart because they were
right. Thank you. I was just
you know, but you know, if this the way you're gonna cap off your career, congratulations. But this would have broke my heart 15 years ago, fellas.
Right.
Not now, but they called it quits.
Who gives a fuck, bro? Like, who cares? Why are y'all breaking this news to us? Like, we're gonna be. Y'all ain't dropped nothing in like 1,000 years. You're gonna be like, oh damn, Goody Mob broke up? What? We thought y'all niggas been broke up. What the fuck is y'all talking about?
They broke up a few times, but when
we thought y'all been broke up.
I reported, fam. I love Goody Mob.
No, because for real, no, it's like, look, you saw CeeLo Green. No, because look, you saw CeeLo Green doing his own thing. You saw Big Gift doing his own thing. You saw niggas doing their own thing. CeeLo Green did the Gnarls Barkley thing. You saw him with the wedding dress on. You saw different shit. So you already assumed, nigga, that Goody Mob broke up. So to go on Instagram and make that post for the world to see, what? Like, okay.
They probably forgot to hit send.
I'm not gonna call it what it is. No, I'm not gonna call it what it is because I love Goody Mob. But I
love him too. But damn, like, who?
Y'all,
okay.
No, I'm not gonna put him out on blast like that. But after the show, backstage, I'll tell y'all. The legendary announces European tour entitled Legacy Tour.
Oh, here we go, another. See.
He does great numbers, though, man, bro. 50 cents.
I thought this was the final lap. I thought he did the final lap already.
The anniversary. Give Richard that trying anniversary. That cake.
But he labeled it the final. He said that was his last tour. He said it. He said that was his last tour.
That was for the Give Richard that trying though. The anniversary of that. Of course, that's what I just said, fam. That's what I just said. Paper Netflix is set to release a documentary called
Dog. Yo, shout out. You know what, man? Shout out. You know what? Yo, I want to give a shout out to Uncle Murder, right? Because Uncle Murder, he just ended up there. That's supposed to be Lloyd Banks. I don't know what happened, but shout out Uncle Murder, bro. He done got in where he fit in, bro, on my mama. Uncle Murder got in where he fit in. Because Uncle Murder and Tony Ayo going to be on stage with him throughout they going on tour too. If 50 Cent go on tour, Tony Ayo and Uncle Murder was on stage with him. So shout out to Tony Ayo, but shout out to Uncle Murder, bro, because I remember when you dissed 50 Cent. I remember that song. Don't act like I remember those DVD days when you was going that 50 Cent hardcore. So yeah, shout out to Uncle Murder, bro.
Netflix is set to release a documentary called Trainwreck, the Astroworld's tragedy, where they go behind the scenes on the tragedy that happened in 2021. I've been speaking about Travis Scott, Orly, and I said it. I said if the kid was consistent, that fucking run that Drake has had would have been short 10. Because Travis Scott not only does numbers when it comes to streaming, but when he does his tours, when he does his fest, he draws crowds by the numbers, family. So I've been saying what been holding them back, right? And when I said that, you instantly responded and you brought that up. So, and I was like, you're right, Orly. He had slowed down after that. So I look forward to seeing this documentary, because if there was a trajectory of someone that was gonna blow past the superstardom into global stardom, was the kid Travis Scott, and he still is. He's still on the trajectory. I just what happens sooner. What's your thoughts on this tragedy that happened in 2021? We know the numbers that festival did, but it did slow him up. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, first of all, it's unfortunate. I mean, it's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? It's just an unfortunate situation. I just feel whatever has to be done, man. If if it's, I really don't really have a clear answer to that. It's one of those things where it's like whatever has to be done, has to be done. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of lawyers involved. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of lawsuits involved. People want I think some people lost their lives. You know what I'm saying? People died. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. I remember going to concerts when I was younger, bro. There was a lot of drugs around. There was a lot of shit going on. That's at Wu-Tang concerts. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things, man. You gotta watch your kids, bro. Make sure you teach your kids how to move and what to do, man. I don't know, man. This is a very unfortunate situation. Some young kids lost their lives. So.
How about you, Orlito?
Yeah, shit. Hopefully he could just with this little thing that he put in together, maybe that'll some type of closure. I don't know. Move forward from there. I don't know. It's maybe put some type of extra precautionary measures in his upcoming like concerts or some shit. I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? It's like just one of those things. Sometimes it's gonna happen. Sometimes I don't know.
I mean, because look, I just saw something where like a stage. It's like a Mexican concert or whatever, and like a whole stage collapsed on everybody, and a few people.
Yeah,
a few baseball players died. I think
that was in Colombia. That was
just one.
Yeah. Nightclub.
Yeah.
So a lot of things can happen, man, with these live shows. As far as like the stage setups. That was a catastrophic event, man, because a lot of people, like damn near whoever was on stage died from that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody on the stage died. It was like a 12-piece orchestra or something like that.
Yeah. So anything can happen at these concerts, man. You just gotta have.
Well, how technology has been, where everybody got a camera and everything is being recorded. Netflix did with that fire documentary. That's why this Astro World, I look forward to seeing it, because we're gonna get to see shit that it probably ain't even been spoke about. So I look forward to seeing this documentary. Netflix do they shit. They do their due diligence when it comes to their shit. So I look forward to seeing this shit. Not the tragedy, but to see the mindset, what was leading into this event, and the aftermath. A lot of those stage shows, a lot of those shows be demonic anyway, man. So like a lot of them shits be, we ain't gonna go there, but a lot of those stage setups, bro, be mad demonic. It be some whole ritualistic shit. Not to go down the rabbit hole, we ain't gotta go there. But the way they be setting up these shows and the way they hypnotize people and shit, they be having
that whole Astro World was kind of. Yeah, that whole Astro World was kind of like. What was the thing called? What was the name of the album? Dystopia?
Yeah.
If you look up what that means, you know what I'm saying? Or Utopia
Yep.
Utopia.
or some shit. Yeah.
But yeah, but still, it's still creepy, bro. So it's like you put these young people in these situations, and then there's drugs involved. So you're already hallucinating, and then you got all these special effects on stage beaming at you and shit like that. You're gonna tweak. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened to them young motherfuckers, man. Them motherfuckers was tweaking like a motherfucker at the concert. They was taking all types of drugs, bro, that we don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? Word. It was reported that some of them motherfuckers was getting ejected with shit. So they had like syringe needles ejected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really where the what is it called? The controversy come from is that because I do remember that was the main. But is it the main concern or the main whatever?
Yeah, that was what happened.
Allegation was that. So during this pandemic we had in 2020, when the world was shut down, there was a few young bulls making noise, but they really couldn't hit. Say they couldn't hit the road because we all know sometimes streaming we could bought it, right? But there was one young artist that even after the COVID era wasn't able to move around due to either being locked up or being on house arrest. This young bull I'm talking about is NBA Youngboy. He has been released this year from a federal prison, and now he has announced he is going to go on tour. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something, fellas. I'm not a big NBA Youngboy fan. I'd like to see if these numbers are legit numbers or, you know, you can't bot humans. So I would like to see the turnout he gets. You know, what's your thoughts on finally the NBA Youngboy finally able to hit the road and connect with his audience?
Yeah, I'm not much of an NBA Youngboy fan, so to me, I don't really care about dude. I didn't even know he was locked up. I didn't even know he got released. Type shit. I'm just being 100. I'm being honest. I literally don't pay attention to dude at all. You know what I'm saying? Like he just not my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I've been listening to none of his songs, none of his albums, none of his mixtapes, none of that.
I wish him the best, man. I hope he get his life together, man. I know he's I don't really listen to his music like that per se, but like, if he got something new and they pushing it, I'll check it out. Some music I like, some I don't. But I would say this, man. I kind of know that he's a troubled person, bro. And I just hope that he realized, like, yo, just stop making mistakes, man, as much as you can, man. To keep yourself from going to jail, man. You got kids out here. I think it's like his baby mama is like Floyd Mayweather's daughter or some shit like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, you got kids out here, man. Just stay out of jail. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. As far as musically, yeah, man. I mean, like I said, man, as far as musically, look, man, you know, let me use Gucci Mane as an example, man. Gucci Mane came out of prison and did a whole 180. Gucci Mane came out of prison and he just looked different. Motherfuckers thought they cloned him. Here we go.
It's a clone.
Motherfuckers.
No, I just throw that up there because everybody says that shit. So
you change your life, niggas want to call you a clone, cuz that's what I'm saying. That's how much he changed his life. That's how much he made a whole 180. So motherfuckers think like this nigga changed so much. He a clone. So that's what I'm saying, man. So hopefully, motherfuckers.
It's like Kanye. He changed, but for the worse.
See, that's different. That's different. You know what I'm saying? That's different. That's different. Kanye on some nut shit. But you know what I mean? But hopefully NBA Youngboy pause like a motherfucker. But hopefully NBA Young that was crazy. But hopefully NBA Youngboy come out with the same energy, man. Pause like and just, you know, and just realize like, bro, you're in the blessed position, man. Don't take it for granted. Use it to your advantage. Take care of your family. Take care of yourself. And make money, bro. And just stay out of prison, bro. And just do the right things, man. Just whatever you thought was the right thing to do, bro, obviously it didn't work. So do things that you know that works. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to NBA Youngboy, man. I hope you get this shit together, man. He's definitely blessed.
I just want to see if he proves my point. And my point is this. A lot of motherfuckers get a lot of streams, but no motherfuckers pay to go be a young boy. I want to see you prove me wrong. I want to see you get turnout after turnout after turnout. Because as far as I'm concerned, I don't think he's going to draw, y'all.
No, I kind of disagree with that. NBA Youngboy fan base is there. His fan base is there, bro.
The streaming is there. The streaming for sure. He never hit no fucking stage. He ain't never hit no tour. We're about to find out. We're definitely about to find out. That's what I'm saying, because I do my due diligence. I do my homework. I do my research. And that's why I bring up guys like Russ, because Russ don't get his flowers. But look up a Russ show. He got devoted fans. He got loyalist fans. But he don't get it. You see him in the top 10s and 20s, but it don't mean the top 10s and 20s get the results he's getting. That's what I'm trying to say. That some of these streams, like, congratulations, yay, but those streams accumulate to people. NBA Youngboy, you do get hella streams. You got hella fucking plaques. So I hope you prove me wrong. And that's the reason I brought that up. Moving on. The legend, the icon, Janet Jackson will return to the spotlight with a live performance and receive an Icon Award at the American Music Award in Las Vegas, May 26th. First and foremost, long overdue. And second, congratulations, Queen. 2025 BET Awards. I just want to name my shout out Glorilla. She's nominated for 6 awards. Shout out Doge. He's nominated for 6. Shout out Kenny. He's nominated for 10. This is the Kenny and SZA. They have had the longest running #1 by a rapper on Billboard Hot 100 this decade, with Luther with 12 weeks. Let's continue with Kendrick and SZA, the Grand National Tour. This is what I wanted to bring up, fellas. The first 6 days, right? Like I said, buy streams, but you can't buy people. Minneapolis, Minnesota gross 9.1 million. The second day gross 9.4 million. Texas gross 11.8 million. Atlanta gross 11.9 million. Pennsylvania grossed 11. No, North Carolina grossed 11 million. Pennsylvania grossed 10 million. 6 shows grossing 63 million all across the board. But I specifically wanted to bring up this 11 million. It does history breaking Eminem's record, which was set in 2019. Congratulations, Lamar, on a hell of a fucking run. Y'all want to give your thoughts on his run at all before I continue?
Oh man, yo! I mean, all I can say is congratulations to Kendrick Lamar, man. He's definitely putting up numbers, man. He's the king of the West Coast right now, in my opinion. That's all I can say, man. I mean, he had the summer on lock. Obviously, he got a chance to perform at the Super Bowl, which was an awesome performance. There's nothing negative to say about Kendrick Lamar at this point.
Shout out Kendrick. Right. Yeah, I'm here. Shout out Kendrick. Yeah, I mean, pretty much the shit is kind of speaking for itself. I mean, look at the TV, turn on the radio.
Yep.
Yeah.
The numbers, like the numbers are, the turnout is adding up to what exactly is going on in the media, right? Because through the media, it's dominated. So you brought up Super Bowl, Grammys, etc., right? But like I said, the real result when you do these concerts, when you do these tours, and people pay to come see you, and these results is really equating to what we are seeing in the media, that this guy is on a dominant run, and like Fat Joe said, The guy is dominating in the paint. So shout out Kendrick Lamar. Now, guys, that's part of the, I would like to say, part of the good news, right? But now we're going to get into the fuck shit of the news, right? Smokey Robinson, legendary Smokey Robinson, has been accused of SA, 4 former housekeepers in a civil lawsuit seeking $50 million in damages filed in Los Angeles. Now he's on sheriff.
When?
Hold on.
When?
Hold on a second. Now he's a subject of Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department investigation after multiple women came forward. Police reported alleged sexual SA. So, this was about 2 weeks ago because, like I said, we were off last week.
No, like when did they like?
Because what happened? What happened?
No, like when did? So, in what time frame did these things happen? Like, when did he sexually assault them?
They saying 2002. Their former house.
2000 what?
22.
Oh, so it's recently?
Yeah. The
okay.
Recent one. Ever since. So, I want to just bring this up. Again, we were off last week, but I backed up on the news. Sean Kingston's request to come here in Milwaukee to perform at Summer was denied because of his fraud conviction involving over $1 million. This morning, Chris Brown was taken into custody at a hotel in Manchester, England, because 2023 allegedly roughed up a music producer and hit him upside the head with a tequila bottle. Yeah, and he just arrived there. Last week also.
Where you at? I think it's your camera out. There you go.
I'm here.
No, I'm here. You can hear. He's been entangled in this lawsuit for a few years now, but last week the judge ordered him to sell his house for he could pay off his $7 million debt to Priscilla Rainey from a civil lawsuit.
Who?
The Game. The Game. West Coast, The Game. Now, The Game is like another West Coast fool by the name of Suge Knight. You know what happened, guys? You know how these guys lost these lawsuits? Not because they lost it in court, they didn't show up. Suge Knight lost Death Row Records. Listen, time out. Suge Knight lost Death Row Records because he didn't show up to court. That's the truth. The Game lost this fucking lawsuit because he didn't show up to court. That's crazy. I mean, like, fam, I'm losing every nah, nigga. I'm there every day, all day, no day off. Matter of fact, I'm here next week. I'm here. Another one. Dame Dash has been ordered to sell his studios and streaming network over the over debt to creditors who still waiting for to be paid. You know what, man? I just want to say something about Dame Dash. They always said, be careful how you treat people when you're on top, because those might be the same people that you might look up to someday because they're at the bottom. And Dame Dash most definitely was innovator, creative, pushed the culture forward. And it's just sad to see that it's the result of that. What's your thought on that, Orlito?
On Dame?
Dame, yeah.
Yeah, shit. I mean, yeah, he's seen a demise or something. I mean, nothing has been going good for dude ever since the whole shit with Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of gone. He didn't spiral down from there. And I think it was just because, like you said, I mean, we seen how he was, but not only that, I think that, you know, it's just, I think it's a crazy game when you win that. You know, if you, like people, it's like a popularity contest, and I think like whoever was fucking with Jay-Z, which is a lot of people, they not fucking with Dame. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of just like blackballed himself out of the whole equation.
Mecca.
Well, here's my opinion on it. First and foremost, man, shout out to Dame Dash. I love Dame Dash, man. I love I love his contribution to hip hop, man. I still feel like if there wasn't Dame Dash, I still feel like there would be no Jay-Z in the Jay-Z in which we know and love to this day. And also other careers like Kanye West, Just Blaze, Beanie Siegel, State Property, and the list goes on. You know what I mean? But I would say this, man, when you see somebody in the industry that did so much to the game, that put so many people in position to make millions of dollars and change their lives and change their family lives, and you see them go through the last leg of their careers alone, it's easy to point the finger at them. But I'm really looking at the people that he put on. I'm looking at the people that he helped make millions of dollars, that changed their whole landscape of their whole living situation, including their families. That's what I'm looking at. And I'm looking around.
Vice versa, they broke bread with him.
Nah, but look.
As well, though.
Nah, but look. This hear me out. A lot of people. I mean, I can go as far as not even rappers, not even just rappers. We can go to comedians. You can go to personalities like Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks because you think about that for a second and be like, damn, what really happened? What's really going on? Like at the end of the day, this person put you on. This person put you on.
What do you remember of Dame Dash? What do you remember Dame Dash? How he was on a Breakfast Club, or when he's on Ebro in the morning? Think about that. Or even when he's on Nori shit. Think about how he treated.
Very aggressive. That's the reason. He's very aggressive.
Well, but like that aggressive. But okay, cool. He was very aggressive. Wasn't Kobe aggressive? Wasn't Jordan aggressive?
It's different.
No, it's not. I'm gonna tell you why it's not. Because every time when you hear Dame Dash speak, but listen, when you hear Dame Dash speak, it might not be like the way he's presenting it. Might not be a comfortable way for you, but he's saying like, bro, like turn up. He's saying like, bro, like you can be great. You can do this instead of that. You can be in charge. You can be in control. And that's all he's ever spoke throughout his whole entire career.
Yeah, but there's a saying that goes. There's a saying that goes. It's not it's not what you say, it's how you say. You know what I'm saying? 100%, so I could tell, I could say like, I could be like, you could be in my way, and I could be rolling past you, and I could be like, oh, excuse me, brother, and that's a kind way of saying it. Or I could be like, excuse me, you know what I'm saying, and you're gonna receive it a different way. So like, Dame Dash was an aggressive, like the way that shit, like for instance, the whole Breakfast Club thing. He could have got his point across without, oh, y'all a bunch of chatty patties, woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? It's just overly aggressive. You know what I'm saying? So
I think he is.
But this is the thing. Hold on, let me finish. When you talk to people aggressively like that, even if you're trying to get something across, I'm not gonna hear what you're trying to get across, because automatically I'm gonna get in defense mode. Because why? Because you're being aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I just think that was his calling, bro. He was just
100%. Like, I actually agree with that, because like even when you look at the Kanye West interview, right? With Kanye West did 2 interviews, right? He did the Breakfast Club interview and he did the Sway in the Morning interview, right? So he did both of those interviews the same day. This is the day where he told Sway he don't got the answers. So he burnt that Sway. He turned all the way up on Sway, right? But then when he went on the Breakfast Club, Charlamagne hold him and said, "You ain't act like a god. And God's supposed to check. You ain't on your ding." Like Charlamagne hold him. And he didn't have the same energy with Charlamagne that he did with you know. And I'm saying to say this. That's what I'm saying. So it's like I just think Dame Dash came there because I think he came there and he wanted to turn up. It's like the same thing with like Baby, with like Birdman when he came to Breakfast Club. He didn't really come there to chop it up with the niggas. He came there because like, you know what, y'all niggas, I hate y'all niggas. I'm gonna turn up right quick and say stop playing with my name. And I think that was premeditated. I'm gonna do this and say this and just leave. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it was. Like if I just think he just had.
No, we finished. Are we done?
Exactly. But you're right though.
Right.
But you're right though. It is about how you say it. You know what I'm saying?
Put it like this, bro. This just to make my point, right? Orlito, when I talked to you after we went live on Facebook. And like, you know what, Orly, we should do our own show, right? And you were like, yeah, we should, right? And that's what we did. Orlito got his own business. I got like, nah. And he said what Dame Dash said. Fuck that shit. I'm gonna do my own shit. But bro was like, yeah, let's do that shit. Do you know why it made me feel a certain way about Dame Dash? Because Nori was like, Dame Dash, man, you should do a podcast. And we, you know, basically like trying to break bread with his brother. He's like, why the fuck I wouldn't do a podcast with Nori? I'm my own boss. Look at your ass now with your own boss now.
Right.
Now you understand what I'm saying. This is what I mean, Mecca.
God don't like ugly.
Yes, I agree with you. That's why I started the segment with I won't deny his contribution. Rockefeller, look at this, bro. I was one of those. Oh, yeah. I wanted to be dynasty. You feel me?
Right.
I still want the Rockefeller chain if I ever get it. That piece is cold.
Understand? And he was synonymous with that. I'm not taking his contribution, but there's a reason we still got Nas doing what he's doing with Master Bill. There's a reason why Jay doing what he's still doing with Rock Nation. There's a reason, even though I don't know what the hell he's doing, career sabotage, but Kanye with his Yeezys and whatnot after the years. There's so many people that Nori with his Drink Champs. There's so many OGs transcended and still popping. Joe Budden for being that one-hit wonder, and look at him, he's one of the best in the game when it comes to this shit. So all I want to say is, man,
right.
I do wish Dame Dash. I wish him the best in this, right? And if he somehow, some way turn it around, man, I think he has energy, but he's directed in all the wrong fucking places. You know what I mean? So again,
right.
I wish bro the best of luck, man. Let's move on. Big U will remain in custody to 2026 May. Prosecutors will review 20,000.
Damn.
Pat State murder trial began this week. Duke pleaded to not guilty to second-degree murder. Video surveillance will be used as evidence to prove the Crown contends the footage clearly shows the stabbing of Drake's involvement. So Drake is the guy who's one of the Joseph Drake. That is, I don't want to confuse with the rapper Drake. He's
not Drizzy.
Not Drizzy. He's the guy charged with the murder of legendary battle rapper Pat Stay.
What?
Now moving on to the next one. This is Pat Stay. That's what I brought up.
I know that.
The murder trial. Let me rewind it back right quick. Pat Stay murder trial began this week, 3 years after his death. Adam Joseph Drake pleaded not guilty to second-degree murder. Video surveillance inside the bar is expected to be the centerpiece of evidence to prove his involvement in Pat Stay's death. I love Pat Stay. He's very fucking witty. Mecca, your thoughts on this? Because you're a battle rapper. I'm sure you got Pat Stay's story. What's your on the loss of Pat Stay in a battle rap community?
Man, what can I say, bro? That was a blow to the battle rap community, bro. I mean, there's nothing else I can say other than the fact that we were all hurt. We all love Pat Stay. Pat Stay is one of them ones, bro. He was one of them barbarians, man. And the whole story behind it, him getting stabbed and shit like that, shit is just fucked up. It's fucked up, regardless of who it. This is just a fucked up, messy situation, and my condolences to his family, man. Shout out to the whole KOTD family and all that. And yeah, man, it's crazy.
Orlito, are you familiar with the battle rapper Pat Stay?
No.
Okay, he was bad, bro. He's from Nova Scotia. Look up his battle with Charlie Clips, one of my favorites. One of my other favorites was the one with Calico, because Calico tried to punk him in Detroit. But I love him, bro. He had courage, man, and he was real witty with it. Moving on, Mecca. I know you want to talk about this, and I'm glad you're on here. Philadelphia rapper LGB Quad was killed. Police are searching for 3 suspects. They believe the target was a robbery gone wrong. The CCTV footage will be dropped. Matter of fact, should be dropped by the time we air. After we air. Your thoughts, Makamalo, on the loss of Quad?
Rest in peace, Quad, man. All right. I discovered him 2 months ago. 2 months ago was the first time I heard him, and I was like, damn. Like, damn, dude is. You felt the pain, bro, through the bars. You just knew, like, in his hood and as like edgy as the bars were, he was rapping against gun violence like a motherfucker, bro. So he was just giving you the story of just being in this environment, like, yo, this shit happens and I'm just ducking bullets, bro. That was the vibe you got. And he was definitely a voice of the youth. Rather the voice of the youth of Philly or the voice of the youth of anybody from the ghetto, bro. We from the ghetto, bro. We from the ghetto, man. If you a ghetto kid, bro, and you made it out, you one of the lucky ones, man. That made me think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, if you make it out the hood, bro, where these things happen, you one of the lucky ones. We're lucky, bro. We lucky as fuck. So because of shit like this, man, this young kid didn't deserve that, bro, at all, bro. And like, he's one of those kids that the city of Philly is supposed to protect. And my thing is, to be honest with you, I'm looking at the whole shit funny because you got all these celebrities saying rest in peace. They posting pictures with him. How come none of y'all niggas signed them and got them the fuck out of Philly? Come y'all ain't sign them, bro. So it's just it hits hard, bro, because it's like when you see a rapper, when you see an MC rapping so passionately against gun violence, and that's how they get smoked. That shit fucked up, bro. You know what I mean? So, man, shout out to the young boy, man, and my condolences to his family, man.
How about you, Eddie? Are you familiar with him at all?
I wasn't too familiar with him. I seen them. I thought I had heard about him like a while ago. Like, I don't even know how long ago, but I don't know if it was the same person. And I had only heard like one little song from dude like on a reel. Did he kind of have energy like Meek Mill?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think I heard dude like one time, like a while ago, like maybe I don't even know how many years ago. But I didn't like, it wasn't nothing that I knew who he was. Yeah, I didn't know who he was or nothing like that. But when I seen him, I was like, man, that looked like. And then he was from Philly. I kind of remember that. You know, I remember that much.
Yeah, man, he would just,
But yeah,
like,
that's
he had bars, bro. He had bars, bro, and it's like, he had bars, bro, and I think like one of the things, I don't know what he was involved in. You know what was so crazy? Because me and my girlfriend discovered him at the same time. I wish he was here to verify this, but me and my girlfriend discovered him at the same time. We was both like, who the fuck is this little dude, bro? So in front of her, I was like looking at his, I was trying to find his social media. I'm looking through his social media. He hasn't posted nothing in like 2 years, right? So in my mind, I'm thinking, this is when I first discovered him. I'm like, damn, is he locked up or is he dead? What's going on? And then this happened. You know what I'm saying? So he wasn't even like really generating nothing new prior to this. So it's like he was, what was he doing in between time? Was he working on something? Was he on the verge of coming out with something? Or was he just not working?
Was he just trying to grind, and maybe he just, you know, maybe didn't have the time to do that. Maybe he just had to be in grind mode.
Yeah, it sucks, man. Yo, man. Rest in peace to the young boy, man. It sucks. It sucks. It's all I can say. It sucks, man. It sucks. You know?
But we still got y'all people. We appreciate y'all. The people that like, that reacted, as always. The people that comment, engage with us, we appreciate you as well. You still watching? If you haven't, give us a like on YouTube, Twitch, on our Facebook, or on Instagram, wherever you find GMTA Media. We appreciate it. Let's continue. YNW Melly has been locked up 6 years, and last week he was granted a bond of $500,000 before only one of his 6 charges. But since then, the judge has denied his bail, and he will remain until he's retried in September. A federal grand jury in Los Angeles added a new charge to Little Durk of stalking, resulting in death to his already murder for hire case. His attempt to get bail has been denied. Goods will be used in court. Let's continue. In the OTF, Duty Low was shot and robbed in Atlanta for his watch. And in Chicago, O-Block, Duke, and Youngin was shot and killed last weekend. How they say, the never-ending story of O-Block, man. That the hood that's doomed, man. R.I.P. Money Duke,
Stay out the
streets.
Stay out the streets. Stay out the fucking streets. That's all I can say, man. I mean, look, man. Hey. Stay out the streets. It's like, it's one of those things, bro.
I'm not gonna make no excuses, but man, that fucking whole lineup, that whole fucking era has been wiped out. I don't want to be disrespectful. I will really say really how I feel, but my platform, I am gonna use it responsible, and I will get my opinion when I. But man, O-Block's doomed. Shout out Chief Keef. Love Chief Keef. You were the smartest motherfucker into it, y'all. Tory,
he got out of there.
Yeah, smartest kid. Smart.
He got out of there.
Lanez, y'all. Let's talk about it now. Tory Lanez was hospitalized after being stabbed 14 times by another inmate, Santino Gasio, in California prison. He was stabbed 14 times, 7 times to the back, 4 times to the torso, 2 times to the back of the head, and 1 time to the side. No, matter of fact, 1 time to the left side of his face. Both lungs collapsed. He was placed on a breathing apparatus. Yeah, man. Tragedy, man. Foremost, speedy recovery. And best of wishes to Tory Lanez as he goes through this healing process. Mekamalo, first and foremost, what's your thoughts on the actual news of this attack?
First of all, for the youngins watching, prison is real. It's a real thing, and these are the things that happens when you're in prison. From my knowledge, the guy that fucking the guy that carved up Tory Lanez like a Thanksgiving turkey. The guy is serving life in prison for killing his then 13-year-old girlfriend. He was 20 years old. That's what the reports were saying. And yeah, he's a lifer. Kids, you're in jail with lifers, okay? Tory Lanez is in jail with a lifer that doesn't care. Now, him being stabbed 14 times, he's grateful to be alive. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't survive those type of stabbings, especially where he got stabbed at, him having 2 collapsed lungs and things like that, according to his Instagram stories, okay? Now, as far as what's going on, there's a lot of speculation that this was a setup. It looks like a setup to me. According to, because I've been looking at this for a minute since it's been out. Now, I know Whack 100 was able to talk to somebody, one of the actual inmates that's from the actual pod, and he has some things to say about it. And it's just foul play. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Tory had any beef with nobody prior to this. He just got up and minded his business and did his thing around the yard, exercised, played basketball, and just stuck with his constituents. So they just caught him slipping. They caught him lacking. And for whatever reason, whoever set up the hit, you know what I mean, the hit failed. And I think some more information is going to come out. But overall, I don't think Tory should be in there. I think Tory they need to let Tory out of prison. Some more investigation, something got to be done, because obviously some more information came out that's indicating that Tory didn't fire the gun at Megan's foot. Kelsey did. So, hopefully we can get to the bottom of it, and we can get Tory Lanez out of prison sooner than later. Because obviously it's dangerous up in there. He's going to die. He almost died.
Yeah, shit. I thought that shit was crazy when I seen that. Yeah, I thought that was crazy when I seen that. When dude got stabbed like 14 times. He got the ketchup pack on him, And yeah, he got the ketchup pack. And yeah, that shit was that shit wild. But yeah, like what Mecca was saying, I see that little shit that they was talking about it. There might be some new evidence where it wasn't even him that shot the gun. It was like they were wrestling and some other whatever. You know what I'm saying? The whole shit sounded sketchy from the beginning. It sounded wild from the very beginning. When dude got arrested, we already knew that was some shit that didn't really make sense and woo woo and whatever. So I already knew, And then the lawyers and then
Kelsey's bodyguard was the one that came out, because he was like, I guess after the stabbing, I guess Kelsey's ex bodyguard, rather, he's not a bodyguard no more. He just felt guilty about the situation. It was like, I can't allow this man to be in prison much longer. I didn't say nothing because I was protecting this girl, but I'm not finna protect her no more. Tory Lanez is innocent. He didn't shoot the gun. So that's the kind of information that's coming out. He's going to end up getting locked up for withholding the information and being party to the crime anyway. But that's him. He if he's able to deal with those things, hopefully that happens. But yeah, this is what happens, man. Like, it's fucked up, man. And like Tory, I'm pretty sure the rabbit hole gets deeper with this situation. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully hopefully there's some more court cases with this, some more investigation, and they can get to the bottom of it. And who's to say Megan Thee Stallion might be facing some prison time of her own? Because I feel like if you lie on somebody, and they end up going to jail for it, and then you find out, and then the courts find out that it was a lie, I think the person that accused them, they should face the same time that this person was charged with. That's my opinion.
I agree. 100%. I agree.
Shout out Juice. Shout out Juice. I see you, bro.
So after the stabbing, a video surfaces. I think
that's my opinion, man. So it's a fucked up situation, man. It's a fucked up situation for him, man. I'm praying for Tory. Hopefully he have a speedy recovery. Obviously he's okay. obviously he'll be fine. But I think we need to start looking towards getting him the fuck out of there because he does not need to be up in there. And with this new information being put out, I think the judge needs to rethink how they're going to handle this situation because if the judge doesn't handle this the correct way, the judge can face jail time too. So this is a very, very unique case.
Since you already compacted your thing, so I can just breeze this and then get Orly's opinion. So after the stabbing, a video surfaced of Megan Thee Stallion stepping out the vehicle, stepping on the glass, and was asked by the cop to walk backwards, where she did walk back. Second, the people, that's Tory Lanez people, did say exactly what you said. They plan to present evidence that Kelsey's bodyguard, that's Kelsey Harris people, her bodyguard is a witness that he overheard her say she's the actual one who shot Megan in the foot.
Right.
Again, Orlito, what everything that's unpacked, obviously, right? What's your opinion on this? Like, okay, let's say let's say this appeal gets granted and this lawyer or this bodyguard do step forward. You think this changes everything? Or do they need to put fucking Kelsey Harris on the stand and that changes everything?
Shit, I don't even know because I don't know how that shit work like that. But if they got like new, because what are they trying to do? They're trying to reopen the case or what? Because obviously he's in jail. They already caught. He's guilty, right?
You can't
for what?
You can't reopen the case, but he could go.
So what are they trying to for an appeal?
So he could go for an appeal. Yeah,
right.
He could get an appeal, but you can't get a case reopened, you know, unless it was like a court case. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, to me, I don't think a bodyguard really can't do nothing unless he actually got actual recorded, his voice on something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's just
we'll see again.
He say, she say.
Yeah. So best of wishes, a speedy recovery. Godspeed to free that man ASAP.
Free that man, bro. Get him the fuck out of there, please. God damn.
Sure.
Please put him in PA or PC. I mean,
he a celebrity. Hey, but like, the thing is, a lot of niggas don't be wanting to be up in there, bro. That'll drive you crazy, bro. You want to be around the people, bro.
Yeah, you want to be in jail.
You don't want to be up in there, especially like, because you don't want to be. You might be a star, but you're from humble beginnings, and you don't want to be treated like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what's going on with him, but it's all good though, man. Hopefully goddamn, bro. If he died in there, bro, his blood would be on Megan Thee Stallion's hands.
All right, guys, let me see where we at now. All right. So we got to it. We're gonna unpack this RICO charge, y'all. So Diddy was arrested last September on RICO charges. Racketeering.
I was waiting on this one. I was waiting on this one. After this one, I gotta go. I was waiting on this one up.
Yeah, this is it because I'm about to go to.
Yeah, you gotta go to the beat battle.
We're about to wrap it up. Yeah, man. So, you know, man, I'm gonna break down everything and just get y'all quick reaction.
Go ahead.
So Diddy, his trial started, trial selection, but this week was really whatever. Day 6 was really the first day of testimony, and prosecutor alleged Diddy assaulted Cassie after learning she had an affair. Alleges he made Mel escort urinate in her mouth. Israel Flores former security guard at the Intercontinental Hotel in L.A. Now, LAPD officer took the stand this weekend involving Combs and Ventura. To his testimony, the former security guard claimed that music mogul attempted to bribe him following an alleged violent assault on singer Cassie Ventura. Daniel Phillips took the stand. A male escort claimed to take the stand. He was hired by Cassie Ventura to engage in an essay while Combs watched. Phillips described the orchestrated group encounters and alleges that Combs used them to collect compromising material for blackmail purposes. Day 6, Cassie Ventura took the stand. She revealed in court Diddy asked her to call him by the same name as her grandfather during her became a job. There was no time to do anything else but to do them and recover. Day 7, Cassie testified she received $20 million out of the $30 million settlement from Diddy within 20 hours of filing a lawsuit revealing disturbing details. That gave her burning sensation, etc., pills, whatever. Cassie says she recorded over 100 songs at Bad Boy that never got released. Testified Diddy left Free Combs to go confront Suge. Testified that Diddy. Let's just get into the century, bro. He's being accused of a lot of shit. Mecca, go ahead. Give us your opinion, bro.
Want me to start?
Want me to start? Yeah, you start, bro.
I had to stop.
No,
bro.
you could go first.
I couldn't.
You could go first because I know that you're gonna cover a lot of it. So you go.
All right, man. So, hey, man, you know, this is the case of when, you know, whatever is done in the dark comes to light, I guess, man. It's one of those cases. As far as I'm just gonna zoom in on this trial. This trial is very, very slippery to say the least. Very, very slippery trial with all the baby oil. You know what I mean? But you see what I did there? But no, man, it's just fucked up, man, because it's like, damn, bro, like you don't know whose side to take, man, because it's like, damn, Cassie, like you was fucking with this shit. You was enjoying some of this shit. Let's keep it real. You was like, this was your thing too. You know, this was the thing that you enjoyed for a minute. All up until it became, like she said, it became a full-time job. It became to the point where it was like a 4-day freak off, and she needed time to, like, all she had time for was to heal from it. It was to the point where she said that she was conducting so many blowjobs that her mouth started to rot, bro. She started having cold sores, and Diddy still made her do the things, you know? She was on a period, UTIs and all that. And Diddy still made her do these things, bro. That's crazy. So it's one of those things, like, but then when you read the text messages, at the time the text messages were made, it's unclear that she was getting forced to do these things. It's very unclear. What is clear is Diddy stumping her out and shit like that at the hotel. That's 100% clear. He also came out with a video apologizing for those actions, in which I'm pretty sure his lawyers despised that. I'm pretty sure his lawyers told him, you shouldn't have done that because you're already, even before court, admitting to a crime that they're going to try you for, right? So it's a weird situation, bro. And I hate to see Diddy go through this, but let's look at the patterns here. Let's look at the patterns of Diddy throughout his career. Everybody is fucked up. or they dead, or they're Muslim. Like, boom, you know what I'm saying? Like for some reason, being around Diddy or doing business with Diddy, for some reason, I don't know, I can't get my head around it. For some reason, your life is shit, right? So when you look at this Cassie situation, you look at what's going on, then you hear all these stories that Al B. Sure is saying about himself and Kim Porter. We ain't even talking about that. The other allegations outside of Cassie. The death of Tupac. We're not talking about the other allegations. They're just focused on Cassie. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, bro. We're absolutely 100% witnessing the downfall of Diddy. And what makes this similar and different at the same time, it's very similar to the R. Kelly shit. Because there's proof. The difference is R. Kelly was on fucking down there 720, 1080 pixel with his face in the little girl ass peeing on her. And he still got off. So we're gonna see what happens with this one. Because there's a chance for them, like, as far as with Cassie, the whole thing with Cassie, and it's tricky because Cassie, there's proof that you conducted this situation, this freak offs and this sex trafficking. You did this with Diddy willingly. And if that's the case, and of course can prove it, Cassie, you might go to prison too. It's RICO, right? So who's ever involved in the crime goes to jail, correct?
That's what I've been saying. I've been saying this RICO, and he's the only one locked up.
So, you know what I'm saying? The same thing with R. Kelly. I don't think R. Kelly should have been the only person locked up. I think some of the parents of these victims should have been incarcerated as well. That's me.
You ain't wrong. Orlito?
That's me. Lock Kanye West up too. Lock him up. Just lock him up for being Kanye. Pack him the fuck up.
Lock Kanye up. Yeah, man. That shit is man, that shit is wild. Like yeah. I don't know really what to say about it. It's like one of those things.
You know what it's like,
and Mecca pretty much like damn near covered like every angle. You know what I'm saying? With no bars held. So yeah,
I mean,
that shit's
like,
crazy.
When one of the male escorts finished on her, when she said she would go in the other room and rub another nigga nut on P. Diddy nipples, I'm like, you a freak, boss. You know what I'm saying? You a freak, boss. Yeah. Word up, bro. You just overdose freak, ain't you? That don't make no damn sense, dog. Like, what's the point of a nigga pause no more. What's the point of another nigga nut on your nipples? What's the point? What kind of arousement would you get from that, Diddy? You are a freak. You know? And like, that's the type of freak shit that you should get locked up for.
What's crazy is, like, all of this shit, how come no one ever talked about using that as blackmail on him? Like, motherfucker, remember the time I don't know, that shit's so retarded to me, bro. Yeah, obviously.
No, because look,
we'll have you on here.
Because look, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first heard about, like, okay, as far as like the sex parties and the freak offs, right? I'm like I'm going into this whole trial thinking you can't lock the nigga up for having sex fucking parties and freak offs if it's consensual, right? But I didn't know that Cassie was the fucking centerpiece of the freak offs. I didn't know that Cassie was the main character of the freak offs. She was the main. She was the freak off. She was the one. She was the jump off. He slutted her out, man. Let's keep it real, man. P. Diddy slutted Cassie the fuck out, bro. Straight up, slutted her out, bro. Gave her dreams and hopes of being a singer, right? And she fell for it, right? Because she wanted to be successful. Gave her a 10-album deal.
Just
She
like
only dropped one album, bro.
a lot of the young ladies. Just like
She
a
only
lot
dropped
of
one
young
album,
ladies
bro.
fall victim.
Just like a lot of exactly, bro. So Diddy just did what a lot of these niggas can go to jail for right now. They just he's gonna be the fall guy for everybody. Let's just be patient though, because Diddy might get the snitching on niggas. Let's be patient. Let's see how this goes.
I mean, it's a RICO, like you said. And I remember RICO's being a criminal organization. So who else is going to be named in this indictment? So we'll see. It was just too much notes for me to read off, people. But basically, it's been a compacted week with just Cassie's testimony, but they still got victims who will be in this soon. I appreciate you joining us, bro. Like I said, you're more than welcome to be on our next week. We got the brother Joy D, but the following week, if you want to join us again, you're more than welcome. You want to give any shout outs before we get you up out of here, brother?
Oh man, shout out to everybody, man. Love is love, man. Love is life, man. I just want everybody to know life is good, man. Pray every day, man. Just be grateful for life, man. Because hey, man, you never know, man. It's real out here. You know what I'm saying? It's real out here. Keep your loved ones close, man, and stay away from the fugazi shit. You heard? Jarvis Restore, we out now.
Let's go.
Orlito, my brother. I know you busy, so like always, take us home, brother.
Well, shit. If y'all not doing nothing, come check out the beat battle. That's where I'm gonna go. Hectic is Hectic is hosting today, so yeah, that's where I'm gonna go. Yep. So yeah, everybody that tuned in, thank you for tuning in. It was a great ass fucking episode. We had a lot of shit to uncover. We got through that shit though. On what? With 3 people, because you know, yeah, that. But yeah, so yeah, I'm Orlito. That's Mecca. You know what I'm saying? Our special house Mecca right there. And all the way up over through him, bam! No, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we finna get up out of here. You can catch us next Thursday at 7 p.m. Like Noel said, Joey D gonna be up in the building with us. So yeah, tune in and see what we got going. Peace!